hopefully known it is St.Kilda, the luxury of no changes through injuries. As we said for Collingwood, Presty out with the flu, he'll be back next week. Travis Cloak didn't get up with his hip. The game's underway, Ed.
Friday night football, down goes Hayes, digs it out of there, ball in characteristic fashion, bounces to his feet, kicks it down towards half forward. Down goes Powell, he was pushed in the back advantage paid. Del Santo claimed from behind by Buckley, holding the ball. Buckley pouncing.
He started in the middle, Nathan Buckley. I wonder how long it'll be before he does push forward.
Cross half back at the moment. Short to centre half back. Holland, who played so well against the Bombers, squares it. Clement pushing up the ground.
Boys, can I make an early prediction? That end of the ground is rolled mud.
Is that a prediction or a statement?
That's a statement. The prediction will come. I didn't want to talk over the top of you there, Den.
Lockyer hooks it down towards the 50. Boss on the angle. Knocks it across the boundary line. Early going on Friday night.
It's interesting. I walked across a couple of times. Just this part here. There's actually, that is grass seed covering the ground there. It is rolled mud in, and it's very soft at that end, the left-hand end. At the other end, as hard as a cat's head, as they say, Dermot. So you need to change your boots as you run through the centre at the moment. We'll see what happens. Anyway, the ball is kicked out wide. Ackland is the big fly. From behind, Wakeland. Thompson for the Saints gets it going. It's picked up by Powell. Powell inside 50, up towards Fraser Gehrig. Clement shoves him out of the way and takes the mark. James Clement brings it out to Leon Davis. He's had a big week late, Leon. Magic is at half-back flank. Looks up, not much on. Chris Tarrant supplies one lead. He's chopped off, so he has to go across to Ben Johnson. Johnson runs up, gets the 1-2 going with Loney, gets it back, tries to crash through the lines. Over to Egan he goes. Egan now looks up, kicks up towards full forward. Rusling, it's over his head. 3 Saints to beat. Going to the back pocket is Voss, who gets the handball away, and Saints walk it out easily enough through Maguire.
High ball towards the wing, and a good one too. Thompson almost the mark, but fell over. Now 4 Magpies, the 2 Saints. Davis, Burns, Didak. Runs towards the middle, well-weighted kick. Woden slides and marks it 55 metres from goal. Breaking inside the 50 is Lockyer. Will he continue? No. He holds about 45 from home.
Well, he's going with Aussie Jones at the moment, Tarkin Lockyer. Jones started half forward. He'll probably work his way up through the middle of the ground, but Collingwood winning more than their share of the footy at the moment and using it pretty well. Woden, one thing he does do is use the ball well.
Good to see him back.
Yeah, he's a nice kick of the footy.
Tarkin Lockyer, another West Australian. Should get the distance from here. And post the opening score. Could be a goal. It's tracking. It looks pretty good. It's home. Magpies get the first of the night.
Valuable goal to start with. The Saints, they're still mixing it up and trying to work out who's playing on who. They basically stand next to an opponent at this time of the game, and that player can wander for the next couple of minutes and actually play in another position. So they're just tracking them and trying to work out who's coming from where, so they'll get a sight on them now. So that's a bonus goal before everybody works out the flow of the game and who's actually going to be in the other's armpit.
Opening goal to the Magpies. I'm very keen to hear from Dermot Brereton the tone of his motivational speech to the umpires during the week.
Get amongst it.
As Fanning gets the tap down to Egan, who finds a bit of space, swings onto the right boot and kicks with the outsider, but it goes off the side of the boot up towards centre half forward. Tarrant had no chance, and Fisher was able to take the mark. He brings the ball out here to Baker.
He's had a very good month, young Fisher. He's taken a lot of marks in defensive 50, gets to the dropping ball by himself frequently.
Short to Powell.
Aussie Jones was dragged too, boys, for not chasing Lockyer down the ground, and when Lockyer kicked the goal, and Stephen Milne comes on.
The Powell from half back goes to half forward. Off hands, Egan. Ooh, the handball was over the head and opened up for the goal step. Milne, who does not miss, and does not miss. So Chris Egan's handball costs Collingwood, and Milne makes the Pies pay.
Young man makes mistakes, and you won't be too hard on him, but he'll learn from this. Just a fundamental skill error. No player should miss that who's playing AFL footy. So
the good thing was he chased up his handball. He actually ran past 2 opponents, 2 teammates to try and be the tackler. So as soon as he hit it,
that's what happens when you make a blue like that.
He thought, I've overcooked this baby.
Stephen Milne started on the bench. I presume he came on for Aussie Jones, did he?
He did. He came on. Milne came on for Aussie Jones.
Aha. Wasn't picked up either. Goal apiece. Umpires tonight, McBurney, Ryan and Woodcock. Koschitzke. Buckley stood up in the tackle. Goddard eventually taken down. So a bounce alongside the centre circles. Not a bad crowd, building all the time. Pleasant night outside. It's the bounce and a good one. Fanning backhands it into the path of Davis. Met solidly. Socked up the ground by Thompson. Goddard went to ground. Hayes over the outside of the big Del Santo. Right spring, runs inside the 50, lines up. It's good.
Physical pressure from the Saints there. They just kept moving the ball forward. That squeezed out to the other side of the ground. They also noticed too that just probably trying to ease the workload on Ackland as the first ruck. He's playing forward. Koschitzke's taking the ruck early here. Breaks through that tackle there. Shamo Woden really need to stick at the hips then and actually take him to ground. He was able to break that. And for all that went wrong, he could have stopped that goal with a good tackle.
So Del Santo walks through the tackle and kicks the goal, and that is a part of the play for Nick Del Santo that he needs to get going. He kicked 2-13 up until tonight, and with his first shot on goal, he gets his third goal of the season.
Knock it out, your arms up!
Oh, dear.
You're making no effort at all!
Gee, called it early.
Just say
Your
it,
arms
dude.
are free like that, you've got to make an
His
effort.
arms are free. There's 4 blokes sitting on him.
Play on,
You
play
know what?
on!
I know nothing. We'll have a motivational speech with you, I reckon, the quarter time. Didak crashes through, finding some space, gets around Baker. Onto the right boot, puts it out in front of Tarrant. Tarrant gives it back. Didak running in and out of trouble, does it well. Back pedaling and then offloads. Good stuff to Burns. Burns sets it up for Fanning, who marks on centre wing.
Buckley pushed forward. Goddard's picked him up.
Out to Woden. Short to Leon Davis. Davis has it. Where is Buckley playing?
He's pushed forward now, deep in, almost full forward with Goddard going with him. He started in the centre square. Better place for him to be, I reckon.
Fanning's got away out the backside there, and marks 75 from home. Off the Loney on his left boot. This is his specialty from 52 metres out. Whoa. He misses it badly. Through for a point.
Now, it's called that a skill error, I guess. Players will miss that. But Woden missed a tackle early on Del Santo. That is a skill error. The skill error of Egan that missed his teammate. That cost them a goal. So the Magpies cannot afford those skill errors against this side, St Kilda.
Boss to bring it in. 5 points the margin. Virtually straight up the middle. Koschitzke from behind spilt the mark. He's been in very good form. Woden out of one tackle into the other. I've got to say it. I've decided Collingwood are the omen bet tonight. That's after I saw the date, 22-7. The ultimate pie night.
Stephen
I
Powell
want you to
coming
think
up.
about that.
Stephen Powell coming up. Didn't look to be running all that freely when he ran to the boundary then.
22-7 pie.
Pie, thank you. Sorry.
I had to look.
You know what I was doing?
Long and hard for a positive,
I was
Ed.
looking down for a 4 and 20, but no. Sorry, maths wasn't my long suit then. But
Never mind. Mark is taken by Maguire. The suspicion on the overlap, swings it out very wide. Now Clark controls it pretty well, at least initially. Still he goes. Well done. Good shepherd from Blake. Released him. Kicks inside the forward 50. Gearing goes down. Did he mark it? No. Wakeland's in trouble. Tackled by Moore. Kicks it out of play, says the umpire.
I mean, that is the throw. It's incorrect disposal, I think, is the technical term. So the difference there is that the tackle sticks in the forward half of the ground.
Doesn't do himself any favours in the eyes of the umpire here. When he actually takes on this there, didn't have much time, but went to spin. He couldn't do anything else.
Best chance maybe throw a boot at it.
He's pinned and didn't get a fist on it.
So Milne going at his second goal. He's got the carry. It's home.
He liked it early.
He's deadly from a set shot.
He started on the interchange bench, Stephen Milne, and got an opportunity when Aussie Jones had one kicked on him, and now he's got 2 goals inside 7 or 8 minutes. And it's the one thing I reckon that Grant Thomas would be pretty happy with is his commitment to the tackle in this situation. He's creative, he's accurate, but he hung on in the bigger body and won himself a free kick, and he does not miss. He is just deadly.
The Saints out to an 11-point lead, 3 goals straight. Collingwood 1-1. Milne a good tackle, Fanning a good jump, and a second hit on it. Holland went through. Off the ground went Lucuria, out to Buckley. Buckley off now to Leon Davis. Leon Davis beats one tackler, then handballs away. Tried to take them on, needed to. And in the back says the umpire to Tarrant. So Chris Tarrant 70 metres out by the time he takes his kick.
Jason Cloak's come onto the ground and gone forward.
And Fanning's now drifting down to the goal square. Out wider still to Leon Davis, still 70 out, but on the boundary line now. 5th touch for Leon Davis, who started well.
That's a decision to kick it there, isn't it?
Absolutely, it almost
takes away the other side of the goal square now.
Absolutely, whether he thought I'm the only target, so I've got to pass this off to get forward.
Johnson marks and plays on. Burns in trouble and gone. No chance there, said the umpire, and a lucky ball up for Collingwood.
Well, that's called backing yourself into a corner. Yep. The Chris Tarrant decision to go to Leon Davis resulted in this, because they eventually had to come back to the middle because Leon Davis could only kick it to one spot, and that was a dead pocket.
Cloak on the ground, gets the tap. Lucuria tries to crunch it through. Goddard over the top of it. Umpire quick gives the whistle there, and we'll have a bounce. Pretty much on centre wing. As you can see, 12.5 minutes in the first term. St Kilda not big on Friday nights. Have lost 4 of its last 5 by an average of 37 points.
Bounce out towards the wing. Koschitzke up very high. Lucuria taken down by Thompson. Ball gets free. Koschitzke.
Koschitzke's free.
What? Ball's free, isn't it?
Justin's free because it's downfield.
Relay. Okay.
Leon, just back here. Leon.
Luke Ball doesn't know what's going on.
What
Jason,
did you say, dude?
He blamed time on. Get it right, you blokes. That's just plain if the nose on the
Call Luke Ball Jason.
You were held, but the ball was downfield, so it's Koschitzke's free. That's
There
it.
you go.
There you go. Koschitzke
Needs explanation, that's all.
up towards the wing. Kicks deep towards the 50. Cleared everybody. Buckley lurking behind. Gets a hand pass away. Wakeland slipped. Egan, who was very good to close last week. That's a terrible kick.
I think Koschitzke's last 3 weeks is earning the right to be called Justin by the umpire. Or was that one of your edicts, too?
There he is again, Justin, on the wing. Just in time. Kicks it inside the 50. Didak crashed to the ground. Gathered by Milne, who's been very dangerous. Falling to the ground. Got a hand pass away. Blake comes back to ball. Twisting. Gets away. 55 metres out. Long down towards full forward. In from the side. Ackland claiming a free kick off hands. And across the line, St Kilda increased their lead. They're out by 12 points now.
Shane Wakeland did very well then, just to stymie the approach of Ackland to the dropping ball there. Just took his step away.
Another broken tackle, though, that would be something they'd be focusing on at the moment, Collingwood. They need to make their tackle stick.
Right up the ground from Clement to Wakeland. Off hands now. Ryan Loney to a 1-on-1 contest. Egan got rid of his opponent there in Raphael Clark. Now he gets a chance to pick it up. Takes on Thompson. Over the line out of bounds. Throw in.
They're committed, the Saints, with their tackling.
There's a contrast, isn't there, at the minute?
Benny Hayes gives away a free kick. No.
To the gaps, free kick.
No. Okay. We'll have a look at that one. Obviously, Hayes copped one there as he went through. In the meantime, Ball has got it all on his own as he runs inside 50, and Koschitzke is all on his own, 30 metres out, directly in front of goal. And I would like to see what happened there, because it looked like Chris Egan has given away a silly free kick.
One to the guts. That's the technical definition that's come through, and that is soft as butter. Well, they can get reported for that, believe it or not.
Now, Durham, what have you said to them? Please.
Nothing about decision making. That's up to them.
Hayes went to the young bloke and bumped him. He's given him a push.
Mate, you speak to them. Nothing about decision making.
I tell you what.
You can't say anything about decision making. It's all about the presentation, how you relate it or relay it to the player.
Koschitzke. It's the post.
Dern, get in and talk to them before the finals. We do not want finals decided by ridiculous free kicks like that. That was an absolute shocker. Tony Jones.
Derm, I'd just like to apologise for even mentioning that you addressed the umpires through the week.
Long night for you, Derm.
That's right. It's got a life of its own now, hasn't it?
I'm not calling the decisions.
Loney bounces it beyond the interchange gates and out of bounds in front of Buckley. Margin is 13 points midway through this opening term.
Shane Woden got a job on Nick Del Santo, so that's a chance for him to really get a big scalp, and Paul Lacuria running with Lenny Hayes.
Fanning in front of Blake. Props there, but Blake works past him, gets hand to ball, tracks it towards the boundary. Buckley's getting the free against Goddard.
Buckley, isn't that no nickname? That's one thing.
Coming up 5 goals last week. His best effort against the Saints, 43 possessions, round 12 of 1998. Inside the 50, Maguire stayed on his feet and juggles it across the line. Bad luck for the Saints. It'll be tossed in.
Jason Cloke goes back to play on Kane Ackland. Ackland playing effectively at centre half forward for St Kilda. It's not a great stat for the Magpies.
Pretty damning. Thrown in then. Fanning reaches over the top. Hayes could have almost got it free. Buckley emerges with a football. Fell over though. Fanning into his back is Del Santo, and Buckley will get the free.
Top of him, tackle, got to play a clean tackle. That wasn't.
It's an advantage of being moving at a stationary contest. He started at the opposite side of the pack, Nathan Buckley. The free kick was just messy. It's much harder for Brendan Goddard to play on him.
Pretty soft free.
There's been a couple of softies so far tonight.
Buckley was down there, and Del Santo simply arrived and joined him in the play pit. Anyway, Buckley's got the footy, and he'll kick from just outside the 50. Wouldn't put it beyond the champ. It was wonderful last week after half-time, and that is a brilliant kick. A magnificent kick, grazes the inside of the post. Superb effort.
This week plays his 250th game. The 7-time All-Australian Brownlow medalist and 6-time Copeland Trophy winner, Del Santo. We can look forward to a career with just as many opportunities. With his skill and attitude to the game, Brent Guerra takes the mark. So far, these players for St Kilda haven't had a touch. Xavier Clark, Max Hudson, Fraser Garrick, Goddard, Ackland and Guerra until that very moment. Up towards the half-forward flank position, Thompson is wrapped up.
That's what you teach kids. Now, he knew he was going to get wrapped up in a big crunching tackle there, Thompson, as soon as he took it, but he kept the body in line with the ball, ran into it, took it one take, and made sure the tackler had to execute correctly. Well done.
Father-in-law Malcolm Gray, the former head of the International Cricket Council, watching tonight in the stands as a guest of Rod Butters, the St Kilda president. And that is a magnificent mark taken there by Raphael Clark. Looks out wide. Milne's the man. Has to run a fair way to get it. Does so now. Ball breaks. Did it nice. Lee out wide and takes the mark. Got away from Lockyer on that occasion. The kick inside. And that is a free kick to Justin Koschitzke.
Accidental, but it cost the face.
What a great attack on the footy by this bloke who's been in rare form.
Let's have a look.
Koschitzke, there's the mark first.
Clark. Yep.
Good hands, soft hands on it. Well done.
And here's Koschitzke out at full stretch. Fanning comes back.
That's no free kick either. I mean, Fanning's got eyes for the footy.
I think it goes against Wakeland.
Oh, the second one, yeah. He said across the face.
Mark's there.
Now Justin Koschitzke has his second shot at goal.
Hit the post last time, and he comes from 40 metres. That's better. Makes the adjustment, gets the goal.
And that's what, to be totally honest, guys, when I went out there during the week, Dirk Woodcock then, what we spoke about was players put up a big hoo-ha when they don't know what they're being, paid an infringement against for. If the umpire just turns around and gives them the definitive reason in just cold, hard form, they'll cop it and they'll work. And as he came in there, Woodcock, umpire, he said, legitimate attempt, but you got him across the head.
Margin 18 points now. Koschitzke looking in good form. A lot of effort goes into that. A good bounce too. Blake up high. Now there's a whistle and a free kick is going to Buckley.
But even so, Ryan Loney playing on Guerra needs to be aware of him coming off the half-forward line of the square. Either he gets the footy or he'll do some damage.
Oh, he's loading up, isn't he, on the run?
He is.
Buckley, good kick too. Favours Cloak into space, 55 metres out. Bit of pressure on this young man. There's the movement. Rusling comes. Initially that's ignored. Kicks over Rusling's head to Didak.
Well, they've missed Alan Didak the last 2 weeks. Collingwood. He's a very dangerous player. And at various stages with Stephen Baker, it would not hurt to have him play full forward, Alan Didak, out of the goal square. He leads beautifully. It's a lovely kick of the footy.
I think Grant Thomas would actually like that as well. There's a little hand over the top there. Well, the umpire seen more than that was probably worth. But yeah, I think Grant Thomas would like to know whether Stephen Baker could be taken to the goal square and survive in finals footy as well.
His kicking's been exceptional this season, not this time. Just misses to the near side. We'll follow that duel with interest. Didak and Baker, you get the feeling that pair could start at the sevens in a nunnery. 26 plays 9, and Voss brings it in.
He does. For Yakabuchi, who should have taken the mark, but thumped it to the boundary line. And only his second game.
Yep, just still finding his feet, so he's going to do the right thing, even if it's he doesn't win the footy. There's nothing wrong with that. He just took the safe option, and the coach would prefer that than him trying something outlandish.
Game number 3. Game number 3, rather, not 2. Tarrant, the third man up, knocks it to the backside of the pack. Over the top was
Didak. Get the footy.
Somebody had to go in for it, and no one did from Collingwood. Only the St.Kilda players as Thompson gets it out. Baker. Wider still out to Milne. Can't hang out like a sheepdog waiting for a derm.
No, and the thing is, this St Kilda team in recent times have been the #1 ball-winning team, and that's why this bloke's actually turned into a bit of a receiver, but he uses the ball well. Del Sando goes in and wins it, so does Ball.
Eventually it's Voss who gets the ball out wide. Thompson, who's been busy tonight, looks for the G-train. It's a punch away, but Milne was front and square. Milne runs in. He's kicked 2 already, and he will almost miraculously dribble it through. 4 players in the goal square, and he still nearly dribbled it through.
Mate, he only did that because he fatigued. You look at his striding. Once he gets to the kick, his strides are probably an extra half a metre longer than they need to be. Look, he is out of steam by then. He's like a 100-metre sprinter at about the 180-metre mark.
Here's Johnson. Almost slipped. Kept his balance, kept his composure, kicks it up towards the wing over the head of Tarrant. It bounces out of bounds. 27 plays 9, approaching quarter time.
He's just too far on the burst than he was designed for. Look. Oh, no.
The second poster. Koschitzke got the other one.
That was not intentional to go along the ground.
Throw it in. Blake in front of Cloak. Cloak knocked it down, taken by Tarrant, close to the boundary line, hooks it inside the forward 50, going back and taking a clever mark. Here's Fisher. Derm made the point, he's taken a lot of marks in recent weeks.
You play on 2 types of players too.
He's developing, isn't he?
Yep.
And they're making a bit of a find there, St Kilda, and here he goes, another uncontested one.
Got it from Thompson. High ball. In front, Cloak, spilt it, goes after it, and didn't get there in time. It's out of bounds. His brother's missing tonight.
Here's the problem. Nathan Buckley has had enormous success against St Kilda in the past. He gets so much of the footy, but they need him to kick a goal or 2.
Holland to Egan. High ball just outside the 50. In front, Hodgson went to ground. This is Rusling. Can he get through? Not quite. Dragged down. Got boot to ball. Wanders towards the pocket. Toss got a hammy. Down he goes. The ball stayed in. Now this will be interesting to call. Davis takes a shot at goal. So it's going to be a free to Leon Davis for holding the ball. So there's no compassion in footy. Another stamp of Broughton is starting to come through with these umpires.
Just wait.
Not much he could do there.
Was it a calf or a hamstring?
Oh, he's gone for the hammy.
Yeah.
Okay, that's your line there. He picked it up forward of the mark, Brendan.
Well, Pete Larkins, the doc will bring us all the news. In the meantime, Leon, who's been busy tonight so far. His 6th possession coming up.
On the right leg.
Where the activities, mate.
He has plenty of practices with this at training, there's no doubt about it. A goal badly needed for Collingwood as Leon Davis comes in, starts it straight at the goal, and nails it. Leon Davis gets the goal.
It's just bad luck for Xavier Clark. Not much he can do about it, unfortunately, and with finals footy potentially on the menu, this is not the time to be pulling up like that, unfortunately.
With interest too. On that last 3 or 4 minutes, Leon Davis has been starting in the goal square, given the goal square to himself, actually, as the leading full forward against Xavier Clark. So a bit of a ploy there to see how he goes leading out of the square.
Great kick too.
Beautiful.
Disappointing end of the night for Xavier Clark, but gee, it was a classy finish from Leon Davis from the boundary.
Wonderful kick. 27 plays 15. High still in it. Thompson knocked out of there by Cloak.
Rare.
They work it forward. The kick bounces down towards the half-forward line. It came from, I think, Yakabuchi.
Good tackle.
Nathan Buckley's
Ball up. In
sorry,
fact, it's
average.
young Shaw.
Oh, it's his debut. Good on him. And Reece Shaw in the grandstand to be as nervous as he would. 28 disposals Buckley's average against the Saints in 13 matches. He's gone to the bench for a spell. He's already racked up 7.
There's Goddard out wide. Ball under pressure. Gets the kick off down towards half forward. Milne. Thought about the bounce. Thought a lot about the bounce. Loney comes away with it though. Little chip across the half-back line. In fact, it bounces well inside the centre square. Johnson, little chip towards the half-forward line then for the Magpies. Out comes Town, sweeping hand pass away. Yakabuchi went down and was holding the ball.
It's a great tackle. It's been a feature of this first quarter of St Kilda. Collingwood are hanging in, but gee, their tackling's been good.
Yakabuchi just big difference playing in Williamstown and in the seniors against St Kilda.
Yeah, he'll learn from that. That next time he's got to think just that little bit quicker, learn that they're going to get to him so much in sharper fashion. He's got to make a sidestep there.
Hudson runs from centre wing. Beautiful kick down to Ackland. That's great transfer of play. Ackland's first touch from Hudson's first touch. Ackland kicks inside at the Gary goes.
That's Clement's pressure. To the last 3 leads, he's been able to spoil him.
Speaking of pressure, that was pretty good as well. Collingwood had plenty of run out of defence, but the handball wasn't good enough and Burns was caught.
But that is the inferred pressure because Clement has been right on his, as Louis would say, on his ginger in the last 3 leading situations and made him cough the ball up, and he just expected him there then.
Ackland's tap, Milne dive looking for the free. Burns got it out. Johnson tries to crash his through a pack. We'll have another bounce. Pretty much the same spot.
No chance. What chance did he have, Milne? No.
Milne asking for the free kick. There's a shot.
He just gives the answer.
And why not? 20 tackles to 9. That's a very good stat for St Kilda. Ball up about 42 metres out from the St Kilda goal. Cloak was the high leaper. Punched it out towards Guerra. Hit the ground. Not enough, said the umpire. Thompson over the top.
Gone.
No attempt. Just dragged it in.
2 great decisions there. Guerra did go to the ground, and Grant Thomas wouldn't be happy with that. He'd want him to stay in the contest.
Loney to Burns. Burns transfers play. It's a long kick. It's a good kick too. Dennis, that was.
Sentiment of perfect hit.
Thank you, Dennis. And look at it, Waitland. Away he goes. Runs to centre wing. Next kick important up towards Didak, who was nudged out of the way. Good defensive play. The ball spills out to Heath Shaw. Had a shot with his first kick in football. Couldn't quite get it over the head of the man, though. Blake does it nicely. Now St Kilda through Fisher. Line up and take it out from defence.
Ozzie Jones, little beckoning, runs beyond half-back, pulls it back towards the middle. Schwarz goes up, takes the mark, closed down by Burns. Had some runners alongside, but the moment is lost now. A minute and a half out from quarter time. Here's Hayes. Get the feeling the Saints are controlling this game, but the Magpies hanging tough. Hayes wide with the kick, getting hands to it. Ackland couldn't complete the mark. Johnson close to the boundary line, pops it back to the wing and Tarrant. Chris Tarrant, only 7 marks in the last 2 weeks. Little chip short of half forward. Didak's away then. Looks across the ground. Here's a chance. Cloak. He can run inside the forward 50 and kick the Magpies' 3rd goal. No, he's tugged it left. Golden opportunity goes begging right there.
There's some missed opportunities, boys, for both sides.
Yeah, another skill error. You've got to say these are skill errors here.
a bad drop. Bad drop of the footy to the boot.
And Jason Cloak just missing. You know, he'll keep trying. He's done very well in his time in the VFL with Williamstown. Deserves his comeback tonight. Fisher kicks up towards Blake. Oh, well, there you go. Good pressure. Oh, umpire's called it back.
One-sided, the umpire.
Blindsided by it.
Morris comes down for the quarter-time chat, and Blake was very, very lucky because he played on and missed with the handball.
Yep.
No doubt.
In the meantime, the ball comes up towards centre wing. Yakabuchi from behind. Was Voss at the front. Good play, both players. Good trust. Good play again. Just put the boot down to get around his opponent. Set it up nicely. Thompson running through. Ackland now for St.Kilda. Gets the handball away. Good strong play. Spills out to Guerra. 55 out. He kicks to an empty square, but brings up the minor result. 1 point with 4 seconds left on the clock. That would have been a very, very handy goal for the Saints.
Now, Luke Ball actually saw his teammate Maguire in front of him and thought, I can trust him to belt off this approaching tackler. So that is an understanding between player and teammate.
Wakelin, short of half back. They won't press the siren quarter time. And the Saints, I suppose, will look at that term and say they didn't take their chances, but Collingwood had a couple of...
Saw the incident when he went down, so it may be just spasm, but you wouldn't expect they'll risk him tonight.
Thanks, Doc. Started the second term Friday night football. Koschitzke got it on the way down. It came back to him. He's wrestled down by Burns. Good tackle and the bounce.
Buckley started forward for Collingwood, centre half forward. Goddard goes with him. Tarrant, they just seem to be a little bit more mobile up forward. They just want to guard space, be on the move. Fisher now goes to Tarrant. That might make him a bit more accountable.
Koschitzke beaten by Fanning that time. Falls to Johnson. Swings it out very wide. It pitches in no man's land. Milne looks like he'll be the first to arrive, only just. Buckley right there, step for step with him. And the ball goes across the boundary line. Talking about Fisher, as we were during the break. He's an interesting player for the Saints. 11 marks last week. A fortnight before that, 10 against the Western Bulldogs. An emerging player, and they use him out of defence.
Not scared to give him responsibility, though, like he's got Tarrant at the moment.
Free kick,
That's a good sign, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Ball is coming back. It's going to be a free kick to Hayes. He's on the wing. Lenny Hayes looking down towards half forward. Sends it just inside the 50. What a beautiful kick. Ball takes the mark.
You've got to take your hat off, Dennis, to Ackland. He made a big charge out to the flank and such a big body and a big target. And the kick was going forward, and he took the whole number of Collingwood backmen with him. This is the free kick, and then he changed direction. And yes, the sway of numbers has gone the other way with the big charge by Ackland. Key forward, he's taken the traffic with him, and ball nips back in the other way.
Coming up for his 9th possession, his season's high 30 against Melbourne in round 4. And his 9th is a beauty. Splits the middle.
Look, that's, I mean, well executed by Ball. A great kick to get it to him by Lenny Hayes. But look, there's one thing you must teach key forwards. Now, where's Lenny Hayes there?
Being there. Well, I'll tell you what, Chris Judd, sitting back in Perth tonight watching that, would have just done a handstand. Because if they're going to give those free kicks, away goes Chris Judd.
There is a direction, though, that you cannot put both arms around a player at a stoppage. Depending on how hard you retard him and hold him.
So let's have a look at the free kick again here. It's Hayes just being held a little bit there by Brodie Holland.
But it's been 100 worse than that. And the midfielders have been crying out for some support. So if that's the focus, hopefully it's consistent for all midfielders.
Well, that's it. Let's hope that it stays that way. That's going to be the case. As Woden dives in over the top. Good play by Burns. Kapuchi's just a bit slow getting boot the ball at the moment. That's a high tackle. Advantage has been paid. Now it's coming back.
So here, back here.
And young Yakabuchi just a bit slow getting boot the ball, and as the tempo goes up, Baker gets one higher against Brodie Holland. So Brodie Holland's given away the last 2 free kicks.
Baker decides to play on. Kicks it down towards half forward. Wakelin in best position. Ample time to get a fist on it. Thumps it out very wide. Bounces obligingly for Fanning, who overran the football. Maguire gave it to Milne, held along time in the tackle. Play on's the call. Maxwell comes away. Kicks it down towards half forward. Rusling gathers the bouncing ball. He's 60 metres from goal. Takes them on. Kicks towards the pocket and Tarrant. Fisher there with him. Tarrant spilt the mark. Arriving quickly as Del Santo knocks it towards the line. Fisher comes across on the angle. Grabs it. Clever kick. Hodgson. Left half back. Hayes. Up towards the half back line now.
This is how Lenny Hayes has developed, and he's turned into a link player. He tends to receive the short kicks out of the back line. He's very clever how he gets there, though.
Buckland did well. Shaw scrambles a kick back to the half-forward line for his club, and it rolls out of bounds in front of Hayes, who had it moments ago.
Now, just prior there. Now, that's no different to Lenny Hayes down here in the midfield situation. So, are there rules for some and rules for others? The damn forwards doing it. They've got it hard.
Well, if it's going to be holding, as you said, boys, you don't mind if they're giving them, as long as it keeps going all the way through.
Line you want.
And every game. That's why Woden thumps it long. Tarrant and Fisher. Tarrant, did everything bar mark it. The handball came out the back. Did everything bar actually hold the ball. In the meantime, St Kilda clear now. Had to peck it on defensive 50. Kicks out of the sand, or the mud, up towards Voss. Voss on centre wing, under pressure, gets his kick away though. Up towards half forward. Good play by Walker. Just put a nudge on Ackland. Now Big Walker's got it, goes up the line, and it's touch, was it, or I think it was touched off the boot, regardless, and over the line for a throw in.
Yeah, split the chalk there. That landed completely on the line, even if it wasn't touched. Sam Fisher, the top disposal getter on the ground, with 10. Lenny Hayes has jacked up his tally since quarter time.
Boundary throw in, right half forward. In front, Ackland backhands it down. Thompson worked off the line of the football. Ball goes over the top of his teammate. Holland's there as well. Certainly, by his standards last week, Holland a little quieter tonight.
He's had a good year, Brody Holland.
Just 2 possessions tonight. In excess of 30 last week. Up very high, Del Santo laid it down into the path of Powell. Heard a voice, comes back to Pickett, who was across the line, but the football wasn't. Gave it to Powell. Now Thompson, down towards full forward, bounces very high over both Clement and Gehrig. Still alive, football Milne somehow got free. Gehrig in trouble, taken down as he leg, doesn't matter. Clark turns round. Ralph Clark kicks a goal from 10 metres out.
Again, the tackling here becomes a really important issue for both teams. St Kilda's tackling has been first rate. 21-13 it sits at the moment. When you've got Milne, I know he can dance and weave and all that sort of stuff. When you've got him hemmed in there, you've got to keep him in there. Or
Nothing wrong with Clement, so.
That was just a brute strength of Fraser Gehrig.
He was good, Clement, the way he actually tried to take him. He was going nowhere, but he at least applied it right. Didn't take him to ground. Good dish off still.
There's some strength from the Saints. Goal to Raphael Clark. They've kicked the first 2 of the second quarter. Koschitzke gives it a big thump, mishit it. Burns clears for Collingwood up towards centre half forward. The bouncing ball beats them all. Out comes Maxwell. He picks it up looking for Leon Davis. Shovels it out. Leon tries to crash through. Finds a bit of space and kicks his second goal. And his second beauty for Leon Davis. He's had a hard week but a big night so far.
You give a team a rap about their tackling, Dermot, and what do? They turn around and let you down. He just walks through there.
Well, it's Aussie Jones, and look, he hasn't had the best of seasons. He's been in and out of the team for such an experienced player who's had some really good form of late in recent seasons. And he's up against Leon, and he gets a side on him. He's actually planted the feet, and he should have stuck that one. It's not as if they were both mobile and going at a rate of knots. Flat-footed and should have stuck it.
Leon Davis, 2 goals tonight, 8 for the season. They needed that one to stay in touch. Margin 18 points. Ackland went with his left hand finally, knocked it down. Dug out of there by Burns. Holland away to Egan. A couple of good shepherds released him inside the centre square. Untidy kick. Bounces to centre half court. Tarrant came up, put some body in. Didn't touch the footy though. Maguire pushes off Buckley. Gets boot to ball. Holland, stifled the bounce. Tarrant spins away from Thompson, comes back to Didak. Hayes has got him. Tarrant then forced back. He's on the wing now. Goes to Holland on the overlap, pushing up. This is Shaw. Oh, brilliantly done. Diving across the boot was Voss. Thompson gives it to Del Santo. He goes down towards half forward. Clement full-chested, came up to meet it. Hand passes to his own advantage. But I think in the back of his mind, he was thinking boundary line, and that's a very good result after some good footy. Look at that.
That is a first-rate smother, but every bit as good was James Clement. He's just getting inside Fraser Geary's head at the moment.
Isn't he?
And Fraser's got to think, OK, he slowed up. Clement went straight past him. He's got to work on his game now, Fraser.
He scores had 2 kicks and both have been smothered. It's tough out there. Egan. Well, there you go. That was a nice kick, wasn't it? A high up and under. Whoops! Bad bounce for Lockyer. Milne picked his pocket. It's stuck in the air for a long time as Voss gets away to Aussie Jones. Beautiful kick out wide to Ackland. He's got 2 out here. Ackland's got it. Looks inside. Gehrig is the man. Brody Holland gets across and helps out his fullback, and James Clement takes the mark. Chip kick to Burns. Burns back to Walker. Not much on, so he just toe poked it forward to no one for Collingwood. St.Kilda plays in the middle of the ground.
And poor vision, because Chris Tarrant had made a big break, and if he had spotted him out on the wing, they were away.
Maguire from 70 goes long down towards full forward. Franklin touched it right on the line. Despairing lunge got there in the nick of time.
And just to emphasise that, I mean, that was well done by Wakeland, but you can have a go at Chris Tarrant and say he's disinterested, but that is a vision error by the teammate up the ground who just didn't raise his sights and see him leading in the wing. He's on the bike again now, same type of lead, but to this side.
Lockyer spotted him.
Yeah, better vision, and he receives the footy.
Well, Woden from Tarrant kicks down towards half forward and Buckley. Nice movement by the Magpies. Buckley looks towards midfield. Egan set a task here. Coming over the top, it was knocked away by Voss. Hand pass from Powell to Hayes, down towards half forward. Too much carry for Clark. Getting across was Shaw. Clever kick. That one wasn't smothered. Buckley, little look away handball. Low Woden goes down towards left half forward. Fanning.
Good use. Good use. Gears is slipping over there, getting some value for his possessions.
Fanning told to play on. 80 metres from goal. In from the side. Didak crashes into Hodgson.
Good contest, though. That's actually Hodgson.
I'm not sure that Alan Didak or Max Hodgson deserve to have any sort of free kick paid against them. What they deserve is a pat on the back for courage and commitment to the footy.
Chris. Perfect side on view.
I don't think you can do
it's
that.
An unrealistic
pull the
attempt.
hands down.
He's missed the ball and taken the man. That's got to be a free.
Yeah. There's the explanation from... he just realised there's going to be a contest, so you need to keep his arms up was the simple thing. As soon as you cover up like that...
Yeah, he's realised the... Yeah, spot on. Look, he had courage. He was going for the footy too. That is just his instinct for survival. Both of the boys there. A wonderful, wonderful contest.
I don't think Max has got that gene.
Survival instinct?
Yes.
I think you're right with Alan Didak. The hands going there not because he was lining him up, but
survival mode.
The reflexes, and the free kick was there for St Kilda.
Both players coming off.
Yeah.
Ackland out to Fisher. He's on the wing. Release man again, but the kick not good. Lockyer dropped the mark though. Cannon's into Clark. Good result there for the Saints. Well, I don't think there's any ground in the competition that Max hasn't been helped off.
I reckon he could have...
Gives the Magpies a bit of a chance here, though. Rusling's leg speed now comes into play.
A couple of railway tracks down the side of his stomach there for Max Hodgson.
They were hard at it, no doubt about it. Great play, Max Hodgson. Now, Milne finds a bit of space. Kicks up towards Gehrig. Good push off by Gehrig. Had the spot. Clement did well to stick with him, but Fraser just needed that little break and got it. And his first shot at goal.
Look at this, though. Broken tackle, or, well, just waltzed away. I mean, you just can't afford to have him do that. You cannot stand off Stephen Milne when he's at the footy.
Kicked 39-24 from set shots this season. Big Fraser Gehrig. He's kicked 54 for the season.
That's not bad.
Move for a behind. So Fraser Gehrig's first score as he misses to the far side. It's 20 points the difference at the Telstra Dome. Interesting contest at the moment. Magpies need to stay in touch, get the next goal.
Lockyer short. Clement over Gehrig. This is Shaw. Into Mines. Holland sold into trouble. Now Loney, they've got the numbers, they need all of them. Lockyer goes with the outside of the boot, rather clever. Burns, it stayed in. Clement again. This time that's cleaner. Burns comes away, runs to the wing, kicks down towards the attacking 50. Well, some interesting work by both of them. Schwarz and Tarrant, and eventually the ball is knocked across the boundary line by the Saints defender.
He'll give you the best of both worlds, Troy Schwarz. He'll come out with something wonderful. That was a great defensive
well
play.
40 metres out, boundary throw in from the side. Tarrant knocks it down. Stolen away by Ball. Poise, kicks it up to the wing. Guerra's got it.
They're always on the move there, midfielders, St Kilda.
Gehrig on the lead. Has it about 55 metres out. Where will he go now? Del Santo one out with Woden in the square, pushes up, but the moment is lost. So Fraser Gehrig, as listens to Gary, will take a shot.
Surely he can kick this.
Not one large target.
Hasn't taken a lot of time, and he comes. Kicks from 60, gives it a ride to right on the line. Was it touched by Wakeland? Yes. Let's go down to the dock.
Yeah, Maxie Hudson visiting the medical room, gone up the race, just having a look at his chest, took a big hit in the side of the chest. Alan Didak's currently walking the boundary, Dennis. He's had his soreness around the right ankle area, so looks like he's going to come up just a little bit sore, and they'll check him out over the next minute or two, Collingwood.
Just grazed the fist of Shane Wakeland and the post.
Not much Justin Koschitzke's done wrong in the last 3 weeks. We should have really been on the line then.
Banning goes short, looking for his skipper. Judges it beautifully. Has a chance now to kick to the middle of the ground. Needs to be a good kick, and it is.
He's a surgeon, Buckman.
Mercurio to Wakeland. Fraser Gehrig gives chase. Maxwell, nice shepherd. Wakeland's kick up towards Tarrant. He's got it outside 50 though. 10th possession coming up for Chris Tarrant. Plenty of Magpies on. If he looks up, Cloak is all on his own. He sets it up a long way. Cloak has to run back into the traffic. It was probably dragged down, but they've got it away, the Saints. It was a bad kick coming in from Tarrant. Jones, good chase, good tackle and chase there from Heath Shaw. Now the ball goes forward. It was dropping short, and in front was Koschitzke. And he's gone short. We're up. Fell over, and Cloak did it well. So let off for the Magpies there, as now it comes out to Licuria. Licuria gets it off to Tarkin Lockyer. A long lead from Holland. The kick is out in front of him, just pitches in front. He grabs the ball, finds a bit of space. Around the body he goes, looking for Fanning, who has to attack the ball here. Off the boot of Fisher, and bounces just inside, stays in play. Maxwell gets it off to Fanning. Points it out to Licuria under pressure. Back to Woden, picked it off his bootlaces. Now he goes short to Heath Shaw. Good play. Good one-handed mark, and Heath Shaw is having a pretty good debut. 5 touches.
His chase on Jones before was important.
Out of the centre square towards the 50, but wide. Tarrant had to beat 3. Not much chance of that. Powell towards the wing. Thompson, fingertips to it. Guerra into the path of Thompson. Can he stay on his feet? Yes, he can. The tackler went down. Thompson with a bit of time there towards half forward. Wakeland and Koschitzke. And the defensive 50, Wakeland under pressure. Woden on his knees. Lockyer tackled by Baker. And Koschitzke went in and tackled them both.
Some really good tackling.
Well, they really need some efforts like this at St Kilda, because right now they've reversed it, or given a free kick out for pushing to the ground after scored it. They are in cruise control here, St Kilda, apart from some individual tackling efforts.
Wes Buckley got it from Cloak. Little chip to midfield. Brilliantly done by Peckham. Stolen away from Licuria. Now a chance for Goddard. He's inside the 50. Looks up. Needs the accuracy. Has he got it? Yes, he has. Or has he?
Yeah, he has.
Well, he's very nonchalant, but it's a goal.
And your description of nonchalant is the way that they are playing when they have the footy at the moment, St Kilda. There's some great tackling, but they're just cruising through. I mean, that was an intercept. And that means that the opposition has given you the ball.
I said Nathan Buckley's a surgeon. I suppose even the very best surgeon might make the odd bad nick. And he just went for too much then, particularly in the middle of the ground.
So unfortunately, Gary, when a surgeon makes a mistake, you're dead.
Yeah, the bleeding is not great for Nathan Buckley. He is so precise, but he just went for too much.
Paul, fantastic stuff. St Kilda get the centre break. Up towards half-forward flank it goes. Cloak. Lucky maybe not to get a free kick, but he's got the run of the ball out to Lockyer. Lockyer dribbles it forward to Leon Davis. Davis takes them on, gets it back from Holland. Whoops.
Oh, look out.
Well played by Guerra.
Well, that's
Got to be a free.
Yep.
Was it knocked out or was he in the tackle?
Yeah,
It's been a free kick all year. Carousel, we'll have a look at it. It might have just been a knocked out in the contest.
I don't think it
But
matters,
generally it's a free kick.
It's got to be a tackle.
There you go.
Did you grab the jumper? No, it's not a tackle.
Didn't stick it long enough for a tackle, but they have been paid more from rundowns from behind, not tackles like that.
Paid all year.
All year, yeah.
Bump off the ball, but yeah, as you say, it's been all year. Similar one there, I suppose, as the ball comes out from Goddard to Powell. Powell slams it on the boot, gets it out to centre wing. Sits up awkwardly, bouncing ball. Heath Shaw gets it off to Buckley. Buckley goes backwards to Lockyer. Lockyer goes out wide. Push in the back, no, says the umpire. Baker does it well. Some special comments from the crowd tonight.
Got his own statistician.
Off hands. There he is, Buckley again. I wonder what he thought of that one.
Number 7.
Shaw gets it out to Holland. Lucuria inside to Loney, just waiting there to get it. Now he goes long with the outside of the boot. He's going to bounce out in front of Carosella. The bounce beats him. Good tackle and good play. And Voss takes it to the boundary line for a throw in. Dr. Peter Larkins.
Yeah, better news on Ella Didak, Eddie. He's having his really a foot injury from that contest with Maxie Hudson, having it strapped. He's jogging pretty reasonably on the bench. They're just getting it strapped. You can see there. He'll be jogging again. Maxie Hudson not looking so good. Still been in the rooms, and they've come out and indicated that he may not be getting back, so it might be a pretty sore Max.
Brett Voss, what a job he's doing against Blake Carosella. Has not touched the footy for such a highly talented player, Blake Carosella.
Good matchup, isn't it?
Yep.
Ball kicked it to Powell. Now Clark, he's been handy too. He's kicked the goal. Gets away. Good shepherd there from Goddard. Probing kick too. Well inside the forward 50. Well, plays a Gearing as nimble as you like. 30 metres out. Bounces one across towards Koschitzke. Lays it off to Milne, who snaps another one. That's his third.
I mean, that's well done. Well done, the Saints, to get that on the board. But have a look at the confidence level here. Now, that's great to have confidence, but the overconfidence, well done by the shepherd. Look how long. I mean, this is just a deft little touch. Now, if this was a finals game, wouldn't Fraser be snapping a goal now? And have a look how long Koschitzke stays there. I mean, he's 12 metres out from goal, and he stays over the ball, expecting a tackle that doesn't come, dishes off.
What's the play?
I don't know harp on it, but 2 broken tackles again in that situation.
Blake goes up, knocks it down. Davis. Jones got him, forced the error. We're up to Jones. Slick hands in close. Powell floats a kick as only he can. Inside the ball. Down to Milne. Could have been taken high like a cork in the ocean. Bounces to his feet and kicks his fourth.
It's when you try and judge and assess players, you look at all the skill in the world and how they kick it and how they run it. Some blokes just think quicker. Look at that. That, I don't know, brings a tear to me when I do. Just beautiful work.
He does have vibrancy about him, Milne, doesn't he?
No, I was talking about Del Santo.
Yeah, I know, but Milne has vibrancy. I mean, when he hits it, look at the way he celebrates when he gets up. Because right now, the Saints are in cruise control. If I was Grant Thompson, I'd take them in, even though they're up, and give them a good verbal smacking at half-time.
He's salivating at the prospect. Stephen Miller, look at that from Del Santo. Just his brain works quicker.
It's a big recovery.
He's as good as anyone at getting up off the deck, particularly when there's a goal on offer.
And he was assisted by the turf.
3 goals on the trot now to the Saints. The last 2 to that man, Stephen Milne. Out to a 39-point lead. Lucuria gets it out to Davis, who this time gets his kick away. Up towards the forward 50 it goes. Carosella out on the lead. Andrew Lyon beats them and level
Short of a yard. Blake Carosella studying him then.
It's short. So is that.
No, that doesn't look good. Nathan Buckley 13 touches. Now he had similar numbers last week, but Maggie's only kicked 5 goals up to half time. We're 5 minutes away. They've got 3 on the board. I think it's time for him to push forward.
Blake taps it down. Carosella.
There's another Blake
reaching up. Leon Davis, look away, handball's a beauty to Buckley. Buckley with the left foot, kicks inside. Ruslan got his hands to it, tries to press through. Not going anywhere, that one.
Marvellous
There's the difference.
Thanks.
Big wall put up by...
Thanks, let him up.
Blake.
Thanks, mine.
Now, you just said something about Blake Carosella. Is he carrying a little bit of something, is he?
He's a bit sore, I think, too, but...
Yeah, because he's not running as quick. I mean, most players do, but...
It's a nose push.
Oh.
Can't wipe your nose on someone.
Yes, ball, don't tempt me. The ball comes up towards the wing, and the mark is taken by Davis.
Finding some footy, Leon.
Yes, he's been good tonight.
Last 10 minutes, Collingwood have had 42 disposals to St Kilda's 31, but the Saints more direct with kick 3 to zip.
And inside 50's 11-19.
Lyon's the call. Tarrant came up, bounced off his chest. This is Maxwell. Feeds it to Cloak right on the 50. Spots a man across the ground. It was intended for Walker. Runs on. Woden lost momentum. Now he could lose the football. Voss did very well. Claimed it. Holding the ball, says the umpire. That was pretty quick.
The tackling has been superb, St Kilda.
What he did, he goes to ground. And whether that's a stumble or it's disguised to evade, but it's held to it.
Yeah, how could you?
He got his hand on the footy.
Awesome. Powell from half back.
Oh, it's all right.
Towards up forward. Umpire's friend. You've got to the dark side. Shaw crops it up. Guerra from 50 goes long. And he's just missed.
But having said that, I must preface that comment by saying I'm not a believer in prior opportunity either. To win a game of footy, you've got to actually have the ball. The ball's golden. If you get caught in possession, bad luck. I reckon.
30 tackles to 15, biggest factor I reckon so far.
Big kick out from Clement was a beauty too to Woden. Good strong mark.
That's it, Clean man. Thank you.
And all these targets run away from him. He's got Wakeman on the outside.
That's where he goes. Wakeman now just trots up. Maxwell leads one way and gets it. So Maxwell off to Buckley, off a standing start. Walker from behind. Pushed his man out of the way. Tarrant dives in on top of it. The Saints have got the numbers. Fisher holds it up.
Hand over the shoulder.
And the tackle was just too high. He had him there.
Yeah, just wanted to deck him. Yeah, he had him around the waist. But then he decides he's going to try and put him to the deck, and he can't do that without changing his grip. He goes over the shoulder.
Balsano to Koschitzke. Looks down towards half forward. That was closed down, so he comes back towards the middle. Not a good kick, not a good effort from Peckett either. Davis strides away inside the centre square, sets it up for Tarrant. Schwarz could have almost got a free. Tarrant hooks it across the body. Fisher gets back. Only man in the square, throws it in reverse and backs across the line.
He's working hard, Chris Tarrant. He just, they can't hit him. He just can't find one of those easy goals or cheap goals that you need every now and then as a forward.
Yeah, he needs a kickstart, doesn't he, on the board?
And needs a bit of support too, I reckon.
Ross to bring it in. 62 plays 23. Collingwood falling off the pace now. This is Schwarz in the back pocket. Almost half time. Goes for distance. Koschitzke comes on a searching lead and takes a very good mark.
He's attack on the footy. If he and Rewald are running in opposite directions, they'll kill each other if he ever comes back, Rewald. That's his second shank in 2 kicks, though. He wouldn't be happy with that.
No, not a good effort. Loney's got the football at the interchange gates.
He gives the ball a wind-up in his action, Koschitzke, doesn't he, with his hands?
Wakeland runs inside the centre square. Well, that's a terrible effort. The mark is taken by Thompson. Untidy. Jones across half-back. Nondescript football at the moment. Fisher, what can he do? Decides to run it up. Plenty of support goes to Ball. Johnson fighting against 3 of them. And making a pretty good fist of it too. He's going from one to the other. Thompson gave it to Ball, who comes to the middle, and Baker close to the centre circles. A minute and a half before half-time. He goes back to the outer side wing, and Thompson
goes forward to Guerra. Good strong mark. Under good pressure too from Heath Shaw. Guerra with his 6th touch.
Garrick's got to get on the bike lead and take the traffic with him. He takes 2 players on the lead.
To Koschitzke, surely.
Guerra kicks up forward. Off hands. Leon Davis. Good tonight, Leon. Slams it on the boot. Guerra goes back. Maxwell goes hard at it. Good football from both players. Maxwell had the run of the ball though. Now he goes backwards to Shaw. High up and under. Saints underneath it. Baker. Good play from Yakabuchi. Voss to the boundary line. And that's the difference. The Saints go forward. There's a bit of method. Collingwood are just banging on the boot and hoping for the best.
The target they're missing at half forward, and they're not running it up through the middle far enough to get it over half forward at the moment.
Well, St Kilda's tackling has broken them down through that area there.
Koschitzke having a break. Yeah, Powell.
Stephen Powell.
11 touches. Thrown at half forward flank for Collingwood. Maxwell gave it a good slap on. Rosling runs onto the ball. Did it well. Was cleaned up though in the bump. It was a good fair bump, side bump. Lucuria gets it out. Yakabuchi onto Holland. Slams it on the boot. Here's a chance for Del Santo. Bounce off by Woden's head. Del Santo just knocked it forward. Fisher. Egan pushes him out of the way. Egan, good hands. Out the back he goes to Johnson. Shovels it out to Buckley. They're queuing up. Buckley just tried to spear the kick. Was just touched on the way through. Good play by Lucuria. Out it goes from Yakabuchi. Now Heath Shaw from 55. Sets it up. Egan's in the square. Up he goes. Good play. The closing player there was Fisher for St Kilda.
Rosling shoulder
through. And shoulder problems, is it?
Yeah, he's gone.
It's a good hip and shoulder. It was a good bump.
It was.
He just assessed it well, Lenny Hayes.
And just got him.
On the point of the shoulder, he knew he was getting there a half second late. And assessed that the bump was the better option.
Well, if you're over 6 foot at Collingwood at the moment,
in strike. Or you got a chance.
Can't stay out there. Well, I'll tell you what, have a chance I'll play next week. There's no one left. So Rosling there, as you can see.
His dislocated head won't be back tonight.
Nathan Buckley gone to full forward, playing alongside Chris Tarrant.
Friday night football started the second half. Saints leaded by 38 points. They led by 12 at quarter time. Fanning up very high and came down very hard.
Another shoulder.
Now he's saying he tunneled him.
Tunneled under him, put him off balance, put him on the ground. That's
well, can he get up and take the free?
He just sort of stood there and expected contact.
Gee, that's a tough landing.
That has gone all the way.
I don't know if he... I'm with you, Derm. I reckon he was just running in to contest the ball.
That is over 100 kilograms, all landing on the point of the shoulder, and a nice stretch of the neck as well for David Fanning.
Well, Collingwood have got the free. What do you think, Doc?
Yeah, if we watch him come down, he lands on his neck, Ed. It's really a flexed neck, so you get pain in the shoulder, but it's more that I'll be worried about the jarred neck. So, look, he's up, and obviously they're walking him around. That's a great sign, because that could have been much more nasty. So Dr. Paul Blackman obviously assessing him to make sure he's not concussed, and you can see the signal there. They're going to let him run around, so that's a good result.
Burns takes the free kick. I think it's fair to say Kane Ackland didn't take his eyes off the footing.
He didn't.
Yakabuchi kicks it down towards the pocket. Wide of Tarrant. There's Ackland. Surrounded, but way too easy. Del Santo just chips it out. Now Fisher told by a teammate to run, so away he goes, and left half back kicks it up towards the wing. In front, Maguire. Loney there, step to step. Yakabuchi in the grasp. It affected the kick. Wanders towards half forward. Del Santo goes up and claims the mark.
Del Santo to the centre corridor. To Ball now from Hayes. Ball's kick was a beauty. Look at that. That's the way to go for goal. Right up the middle of the ground. Ackland. And Schwartz has run the length of the field. Here he goes. They love him down at St Kilda. Sometimes they hate him. On this occasion, they hate him.
But how good was Kane Ackland? Remember, he gathered the ball in the back pocket seconds ago, yet he was the link man through the middle of the ground. Well run by Schwartz as well. Just want you to count how many times the true midfielders, Ball and Del Santo and Hay, actually get into their
Good courage by Yakabuchi.
Just be careful.
Get into their own defensive 50 to give coverage.
It's the difference in a couple of years of footy, that isn't. A couple of years ago, Lenny Hayes was one getting crunched. Yep. Now he's giving it out. He's cleaned up 2 Collingwood players now, Yakabuchi, and also fixed up Rosling, dislocated his shoulder with a hard bump. So that's what a couple of years of pre-seasons does for you, Derm, in the gym.
Absolutely, and just a knowledge of when to apply it and how. Bigger, stronger body as well. You got thrown into the fence by one of the Scott brothers once.
Yeah, and learning to hurt a little bit as well.
As long as you do it within the rules, and we advocate that.
Thank you, Dermot. Buckley at full stretch, Marks at half-forward flank. Tarrant went to take off, and he did. He got it in the end, but he nearly fell over. Got it up to Davis. Leon Davis has kicked a couple, and should have kicked a third on that occasion. That was a bad miss from Leon Davis across the body. Needed to straighten up and kick it post-high through the goals. Just one again. That's a good side bump. Nothing wrong with that.
Much more dangerous forward set up for the Maggies. They've got Tarrant, Buckley, Didak and Maxwell all up in that forward half.
Look, that one,
Davis.
I don't think anything will come of that. No. But he wasn't in the contest, and they will have a look at it.
Al from half back kicks it straight to Cloak, who was tackled in midair. He'll get the free.
Luckily. Should have marked it.
He dropped the mark. Kicks inside the 50. A couple of Saints there, but Buckley did well, knocked it down in front. Lucuria stumbling, hand passes outside the 50. Walker to Buckley. Buckley feeds it back. Now Cloak, ample time, rather lazy kick. Lucuria confronted by Ball, forced to kick it very high. Clark has to wait. Over the top, Davis. Opportunity for Powell. And now Clark with some time. From the defensive 50, kicks towards the wing. Over the top, Maguire. Cloak, good recovery. Hand passes forward, advantage will be paid. Little chip pass from Lucuria, comes to Egan. Egan inside the forward 50. From behind Maxwell, always in position A.
Boys, just talking about the talls out of Collingwood at the moment. At the start of the year, there was some query at Collingwood about having too many tall players. There's just about no one left. Cloak at 195 is out. Travis Cloak at 195. Josh Fraser at 202. Guy Richards at 200. Rocker at 195 and Preston Giacomo at 193. And you can add Rusling and Fanning at the moment to that list.
Well, it makes life difficult. But look, what happens when Buckley goes forward is all these other peripheral players come into it because the defence has to play more accountable footy. They get more confidence and they just look a better side.
Maxwell, 3 goals for the season, make that 4.
Just takes a bit of pressure off everyone and shares the load. You look at him now, Nathan Buckley. He's organising and directing, sending traffic. That was untidy. Maguire just wanted to make him earn it. And
I have to say that St Kilda have come out after half-time playing their B-grade game.
There they have, but all Collingwood can do is put together a lineup that they think's most dangerous. And I just think it's far more positive, and I reckon Chris Tarrant would appreciate it.
9-9 plays 4-7. Nothing much has changed since half-time. Ackland.
Oh, Ackland's sore now.
Yeah, came away limping. Down goes Guerra. Ball squirts out the back. Woden gets a hand pass away. Fanning took a heavy fall moments ago. Well done by the big man, but the hand pass a little untidy. Powell over the shoulder. Stolen away by that man Shaw, who goes down inside the forward 50. Chopped off by Boss to midfield. Guerra. This is where they catch them coming back. Peckett is looking for Gehrig to Tool, and the mark is taken by Clement.
I reckon that Ackland might have done the dreaded knee on knee. What is it? The posterior gets shifted a little bit, but he wanted straight off once he clashed with Fanning on that bounce down.
Gotcha. Gave it to Woden.
He goes up towards Buckley, who gets it.
Makes a difference.
Nathan Buckley now sets it up for Tarrant, who just over his head. Out comes Leon Davis. Clean bowls a lot of them. Tarrant keeps going at it. Good play, Chris Tarrant. Takes on a couple. Off the ground he goes. It was a very good effort. And through for a behind to Tazza.
What's the right knee?
Yeah,
bang, that's it.
That's it. Yeah.
Adam Goods.
Ouch.
Yeah, and he wanted off straight away. He just pulled away from the contest thereafter and signalled to the bench.
It's line ball either way, that one, isn't it? With how the knees connect.
Just worried too as we watch Maguire take the mark that he was protected in the forward line for the first half. So did he go in with something, a little bit of feeling there, and it's a bit weakened anyway. They've lightened the load on him in the ruck.
Maguire kicks forward. Wakeland gets to the front. Koschitzke goes over their heads. Here's Fraser. Just tries to knock it down. It was good play to Milne. He knew he was there. Milne steps a couple of players and has a snap at the goal. He He's dragged it back too far and threw for it behind. Let's go down to the dock. Pete Larkins, you've got the mail.
Oh, Eddie, look, just Dr. Brereton right on the money there, just with that clash of the tibia bone in the shin, and you watch, it's his lead leg, and so he's got the shin going on. If you can see the super slow-mo, the lower leg goes backwards behind the knee, and that's the posterior cruciate taking all the stress, Ed.
Here's Shaw in the back pocket then. Clement back to Shaw. But in time, well, he's done that a few times tonight. Ricochets across to Guerra, spots him out at the kickoff line. That's Milne going back. The mark is juggled by Koschitzke. It's played.
So there's good voice from Stephen Milne. When you hear that voice say, come back, come back, come back, did he hang on to it for long enough?
Yep.
Yeah, it's a mark.
I think he's paid the free, has he?
Well, I don't know what he paid, but is there a free there? I can't see a free.
Well, he said he
right,
ran with the flight and he never looked at the footy and touched the body. It's very soft.
Gee, I reckon it was soft on the mark and especially on the free.
I reckon he controlled the ball and then Lockyer belatedly knocked it away anyway. Koschitzke comes in and kicks the goal. His second.
Right, and having another look at that, I don't think he held on to it for long enough, so it may very well have been a free kick. Definitely been a free kick that was paid against Tarkin Lockyer.
He didn't control it.
No.
No, it was a shocker.
Milne,
I gave him credit for calling him in. He was saying, mine, 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 apparently.
Yeah. And I reckon after at the end he said, you mongrel.
The Maxie Hudson looks very pale there, doesn't he, on the bench? Having had the stuffing knocked out of him in a collision with Alan Didak that has seen Alan Didak off the ground with an injury as well. Both players going hard at it. Free kick.
St.Kilda!
Off the centre square, which is just diabolical.
He's returned to the field in the second half, though, Didak, which is good news. It might be necessity too.
Hayes kicks forward. Gehrig taken under the ball. Milne too good. Look at Milne go. He's kicked 4. He's kicked 4 goals through.
This ground suits him. He can just go to ground, slide. Yep. No one can stop quick enough to tackle him.
I
And
made
he's up
that
and
call
going
in the
again.
second quarter down in the other goal square, assisted by the ground, because it lets him slide and change direction. Last time I saw a bloke slide with that ability, his surname was Cracker, and he was playing in the 70s and 80s.
That's like a flashback to the under-14 days, like he's playing under-14s again. That's a young kid's move, isn't it? He's just doing it in larger boots.
I think he sure gets it over the mark this time.
Yeah, well, he sure is, for a first game, he's getting the foot. He doesn't look out of place, but he really got to work on his disposal.
Lockyer to Wakeland. Not much on that side of the ground, so he comes up the middle, and Licuria short of half back. 71 plays 32. Collingwood out of touch, but working hard. Clement
Playing chess at the moment, and they're just moving pieces backwards and forwards in the Magpies without much system.
That's a telling kick. Maxwell came up, gave a contest, knocked it down, but his opposite number 27, Blake, took the footy away and goes to Guerra. Guerra from wide half forward, his centering kick. Koschitzke flies from behind. Wakeland gave a contest, got the ball on the ground. Koschitzke outnumbered. Little crude there by Holland. Licuria gave it to Wigan. Eventually they bring it out. Yakabuchi gave it back. The kick comes towards half forward. Down goes Davis. In goes Cloak. Interesting by Davis and Gehrig off the football. Taken away by Walker. Walker kicks it inside the forward 50. The mark is held by Tarrant.
Big Fraser's followed his opponent, changed Clement down for a little while, but he just followed just out the half back, and then he had to chase someone else, didn't he?
He did. He worked hard, but...
Watch this, that's funny.
Leon has a go back, good on him.
The mark's inside 50. There haven't been a hell of a lot of them tonight. This is the first one for Chris Tarrant, and that's a good sign. A bit closer to goal.
Good kick from Maxwell coming in. Now Tarrant, 35 metres out, works it back nicely left to right. Gets the goal, his first.
Well, the space was on what we call the fat side. The ball's coming in one side of the ground, and if you have the knowledge of the ball carrying player has a bit of space. Right, here he is, and he can sum it up. Now he kicks across the spine, across the line between goal to the fat side of the ground, and Chris Tarrant sees that his teammate has that time to sum up, puts it out. Simple mark.
2-1 to Collingwood this term. The margin to 33 points. It was 38 at half-time. Cloak doing the ruck work, but Big Blake got the knockout. Knock it out, says the umpire, and they finally do. Good effort in the end. Peckett onto the left boot. Good kick out in front of his teammate. Koschitzke comes out, knocks it forward. Del Santo to the young guns of the St Kilda team. Yakabuchi to the boundary line for a throw-in. Tony Jones.
Yeah, worth noting too, Ed, the St Kilda bench now down to one fit player at the moment. That fit player is Stephen Powell.
Well, that's debatable too.
His rebound there. 2 rebounds tonight.
Carried a bit of the groin problem for years. Like an early whistle.
Umpire went over.
As well, Blake, for his size, doesn't he? He's 189 centimetres. He's got a pretty strong body. He's got very, very fit. He's got great endurance to run around the ground.
There's the push. Jason Cloak doing well playing in the ruck. He's a pinch hitter tonight. Loney gets it off to Burns at defensive 50.
To Lockyer, the defensive side of the wing.
They need someone to push up for this next contest so that the Buckley and Tarrant dual prong can stay deeper.
This is where their problems start. The kick is very wide and poor. The mark is taken out there by Goddard.
That is inexcusable at this level. Inexcusable.
Now, there's 3 major reasons why the score line is in St Kilda's favour, and one of those is Collingwood's kicking errors.
Goddard towards half forward. Clement close to the boundary line. Kept it in. No, he did not.
Thank you.
The umpire in perfect position.
Well, Collingwood have had all of the play. 44 touches to 44 disposals per goal to St Kilda 18 per goal. There's Nathan Buckley directing traffic as a forward. That's the value.
No surprise in those figures watching the game.
No.
Throw in the attacking side of right centre wing. Blake and Cloak. Neither will be mistaken for Polly Farmer. Opportunity here for Hayes. No real pressure. Gets boot to ball and kicks well inside the forward 50. Koschitzke was up one hand to it. Guerra at close quarters. Newell goes again. Guerra went down. He's got to get the free kick. He works hard. You've got to say that about Brent Guerra. I reckon last week in the 3rd quarter he took more punishment than Mick Foley ever did. And again here,
the final fall on top of him. Out there. The thing is, he runs in straight lines at the footy, and he forces you to make a conscious decision whether you tackle him, run straight at him, or bump him. He draws free kicks out of the opposition.
35 metres out, right behind him. Going at the Saints 11th. And he pops it through. 11-11, 5-8, his first.
They're not smashing the game wide open. It's just a slow grind at the moment. And that smile there would suggest that St Kilda are feeling pretty happy with themselves. The fact that they've got the lead. The crime that Heathshaw paid was he was just over-exuberant and a touch unlucky. But Brent Guerra makes them pay. And they're at 6 goals and a bit. Just doing it well within themselves.
Goals from free kick tonight. St Kilda have kicked 4 goals straight from free kicks. Collingwood 1 goal 1. 39 points.
Inside the circle. Outside the circle, St Kilda ball.
So another midfield mistake by Collingwood gives St Kilda first opportunity.
No one on the mark. He can just charge through here.
Player running through in the centre line, and as Dermot said, give yourself 15 metres. Up towards Gerard. Got the front spot. Good spoil. Great play by Goddard. Took his chances, and he's gone. Surely. No, says the umpire. Play on. Must have got a handball out. Must have just got a hand on it.
I think that last one was against Cloak for being outside the outside circle.
In the rucking contest.
Yeah, you're asking a bit much, aren't you, of a bloke who doesn't do much rucking?
Well,
yeah, no, it's a pretty basic.
If I put you in the ruck, you don't regularly stand in the circle.
I wouldn't reach the middle one.
Out it comes. Baker misses.
Oh, he would have loved that too, little Bakes.
Let's see what happens with Cloak here. He starts inside and just a little step out there. Or on the line. It was pretty close to him.
Well, they're right onto it. If there's one way, you get more leniency kicking in from after a point.
Sure. Good kick. Holland must get a free kick. Bearing down was Thompson.
They charged with the flight then and didn't touch the ball. He had eyes on the footy, but he made contact with the player who was coming towards it.
Holland towards half forward. Maxwell providing a target down there and trying hard, the young man. Head passes about 30 metres. Down goes Voss. Well played. Blake to Jones. Coughed it up. Buckley, 60 metres from goal. Sets it up. Panning from behind. Not his best work. Opportunity for Balsano. It's Maguire that runs away with it. Now Baker, under real pressure. Fisher's got it. Lost it. Goddard, loose ball. Loney with the right boot. Works it back. Good effort. Hard work pays dividends.
By no coincidence, it's probably the first time of the night that in that forward line they've stuck 3 tackles in a row. Let's have a look at this one. This could have been ball. There's 1. Bang, you're down. There's 2. And out there's 3. And there's 4. I've missed one there.
Gee,
So 4 times they've stuck tackles. They haven't done that all night.
Chris Tarrant will be wondering what he's got to do, though. I mean, he had Maguire cold.
Footy in, guys.
Well,
The footy.
yeah, Doom hit the nail on the head. Broken tackles early. They made 3 stick. Chris Tarrant unlucky. Should have got a free goal. Was scored anyway. And they weren't giving him in front of goal, umpires.
Good desperation there by Woden, but it was picked off by Ball. Good play out to Peckett. Finds it now, looks up, decides to go to Milne or Long. He's gone long up to Gehrig. Gehrig using his body, good strength off hands. Targan Lockyer grabs the ball and heads for the boundary line, finds the sanctuary, and will have a throw in. Dr. Peter Larkins, Pete.
Yeah, Kane Ackland sitting back on the St Kilda bench. He's had his knee strapped up, Ed. He looks very proppy when he runs. They've had a long discussion. I think they may give him a run on the field to see how he goes, but he's not all that happy himself, and we'll check later, but you'd have to suspect he's given a tweak to the posterior as a minimum.
Okay, Pete, Goddard off and Powell on for St Kilda. Loney crashes through, does it well. Buckley along the lead. The kick is out in Buckley's direction.
Oh, nice kick.
He read the ball, Buckley there, I reckon, and ran before it even came off the pad. Buckley with his 21st possession, another good one up towards Egan. He gives it off to Licuria. Licuria from 50 goes with a short pass to Tarrant with full stretch.
This is the whole difference in this side is Buckley goes forward, he gives him a target, he organises, he's pushed Tarrant back to play out of the goal square, so his possessions are closer to goal. And I tell you, he kicks this, now. It's 7 goals to 11, and the way St Kilda are going with 2 injuries, Hutchton and possibly Ackland, they are not out of this, Collingwood.
And the other thing here notable in recent weeks is the ball didn't touch the ground from one end to the other for Collingwood, and Tarrant comes in and kicks his second goal.
And he needed the first one. He just needed that first one to get the ball rolling. Now that behind the goals shot shows where Buckley comes from. The first time he comes into scene, if you trace it, he comes from centre half forward. He knows now, a centre half forward can read it. See where he's come from? True centre half forward. And that kick that goes to the leading centre half forward is 9 times out of 10 the breakdown link in the chain when you're moving the ball forward.
It's a world of difference.
For the first time tonight, Collingwood get back-to-back goals. Chris Tarrant's got 2 for the night. He got 2 back in round 6 against the Saints. His best effort against St Kilda, 6 round 9, 2003. Ackland did what he did before, stood his ground. An incorrect disposal.
They're on a roll here.
Whistle, 50 metres, Burnsy.
Collingwood are on a roll. St Kilda are paying the price for lacklustre footy. Brent Guerra, when he kicked that goal, had a smile on his face like he'd kicked his 8th. There's the 50 there.
I think back to Davis through the centre square earlier, and the umpire said it wasn't a tackle. Well, there was no tackle there. Am I wrong?
On Stephen Powell.
No, Ackland.
I think Ackland was for pushing off.
No, he paid.
Yeah, he paid because he went for the kick, but he fresh-aired it, didn't he? Did he have contact upon him?
Well,
let's have a look.
Grabbing it out of the ruck, but he wasn't tackled.
He wasn't either. He went for the slap out with Burnsy, and he's backsliding.
I don't know, Derm. You might have to go back next week. Here's Burns. Comes in, kicks the goal. Collingwood showing a lot of heart.
The other thing to take note of is the tackle count this quarter has been turned on its head. Collingwood have had 10 tackles to St Kilda just 3, and we've got a genuine contest here. They win some ball out of the middle.
There isn't a tackle. He slaps at the ball.
He dropped it, I think.
But he dropped it. He went for the kick and he missed. He fresh aired and the ball hit the ground.
But the umpire said last time there had to be a tackle. Yeah, Rob Davis.
We're in heated agreement, Dennis.
Let's have a look at it again. Now, clock goes up, Ackland gets it, and he actually dropped it because he went for the handball.
Yeah, I reckon that's a free kick.
And in the 50. Anyway, it's 3 goals in a row.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, he can't grab out of the ruck.
He's still going to be tackled.
He grabbed his arm.
Koschitzke into the ruck now. And it's on.
You're crook and you're angsty.
I am too.
I'm not. No, I agree with him.
Next goal is big for both sides here. Collingwood have really dominated possession.
This is a good, genuine contest at the moment. But now really need Jason Cloak needs to be down in the hole.
St.Kilda.
He's saying he protected the zone where the ball was dropping to.
We went straight back into it.
Careful, son. Careful.
Well, the frustration was there, but you can't say a word. They all know that. So there's a square up 50-metre penalty.
Cool the language, all right? Don't let him get to the ball.
Let's have a look at this. You aren't allowed to stand your ground. He can't jump to the other side.
Now, what he did, though, what the umpire's looking at, is he stepped around to him.
The ball bounced that way, though.
We can't take his run.
Defending it, but look, there's probably
A little peek at him first has done him, I reckon.
No closer.
And you'd be disappointed, David Fanning.
The 50-metre penalty was the ridiculous part. He just can't do it. Wasn't even a good swear.
Whoa!
Koschitzke comes in and kicks his third.
Well, if you're going to swear, you might as well get your money's worth. And it was a bullshizing, and that wasn't hardly worth it.
I mean, that's ridiculous, isn't it?
Well, it is, but they are the rules when everyone knows them.
Yeah, I know. Well, ridiculous in all manners.
Yeah. I reckon that's a free kick.
Yeah,
I reckon that's a free kick. To who? To the player of St Kilda's colours.
It's amazing how the ruck rules have just got. I mean, you can't have any ruck bodywork anymore. It's
Dan, I say the free to Koschitzke. What are you saying?
Well, I thought Fanning might have been a bit stiff.
Goodness no.
As the bounce, Koschitzke got it down the ball to Hayes. Swings it very wide. Milne comes up and takes the mark. We haven't got some of the game's great ruck practitioners tonight. That's the problem, I think. There goes the kick towards the pocket from Milne. Gearing comes up and takes it.
Well, this is... Scotty Burns comes off. It was not a great centre bounce. It didn't help.
I think ruck work now, at least in this game tonight, should be like the running of the Bulls. Just let them do what they want.
Now, I reckon that's a free. I reckon Fanning took Koschitzke's run. Anyway.
Not allowed to take power tools out there, but anything else goes. There goes the kick from Gearing, and he puts it through. What will happen at the next centre bounce? Stay tuned.
Tell you what, the Saints
the voice of reason,
are really coasting, and once every blue moon they decide to put their foot on the pedal. And the one bloke who they've been going to all night, who's given them that urgency, that excitement, is Stephen Milne. He was able to read that ball, get onto it, and this is a beautiful kick off one step.
See, Koschitzke, he was the ruckman too. I tell you, if Fraser didn't get it, Koschitzke would have, because Fanning was 30 metres behind him.
Last two kicks of goal by the Saints have been bend them like Beckham's. They've gone through the middle when it counted. Umpire's got that one straight up and let them go at it.
Oh, I'm not in the back. He ducked. No, you ducked.
Hayes gets the ball out wide to Thompson. Thompson now kicks up towards centre half forward. Gary's come out to centre half forward. Good punch away by Clement. Powell went straight at it. Made the play. Ball picked it up. Little push off there and then off the ball out in the forward.
Ackland will be coming off too. He can't go on any longer.
No, couldn't push to that contest, Ackland.
Look at this.
Oh dear.
Hayes got away.
Nice little walk off, Kane Ackland. Don't stress yourself, son. Get that knee right. That's a great mullet too. It's coming back.
Almost like St Kilda have just had a slap in the face.
Yep.
When the Magpies kicked those consecutive goals, as Fraser grabs the thumb, 3 of them, it was like a slap that woke them up a bit, and their intensity's gone up by 30%.
I don't know if that is a mullet. It's more a Sharpie cut.
It's not good.
Oh, Droog. The Rats' tails. Hayes for St Kilda's third in a matter of minutes. I think that's the third poster tonight.
Yep.
Ackland comes to the bench as predicted, and on comes Goddard. Fraser was just grabbing the hand a bit there. I think he's appealing for the free. The thumb might be the thing of some interest.
Lockyer kicks off. Wakeland lets it go now. It'll be against Goddard, I think, from behind. Fraser did pretty well coming back with the flight of it, almost marked it.
Yeah, exactly.
4 posters for St Kilda, by the way, Dennis.
Wakeland off his step to Davis. Started well, has drifted out of the game. Buckley, a kick up ahead across half forward, but well covered. Davis goes short. Maxwell presenting again.
That's what he's got to do. He's the grunt worker at half forward, Maxwell. He's doing it well.
Little chip for space coming across as Yakabuchi took it too casually. Jones came up, cannoned into him. Jones is hurt. Yakabuchi's okay, but the Saints forced the ball out of bounds on the wing.
Not a great kick by Nick Maxwell.
No. So boundary throw in. Fanning and Koschitzke. Tailor-made for a man over the top because neither of them are leaving the ground at the moment. Davis, away to Holland, hooks it down towards half forward. Good mark.
Good play this bloke.
Baker just falling off his man Didak and claiming it cleanly. Goes across the ground pick. Koschitzke is breaking. Now this should result in a goal. Nobody near Koschitzke. He can stroll inside the 50, settle, line up and kick through it. Too easy. His ball.
And did it very cleverly, guys. What he did, he got his pace up first to get close enough, and then he took tiny little steps just to steady and just coasts on the kick.
But the thing, this is this athleticism versus someone hasn't got the petrol to go. Now, Koschitzke has just run Fanning ragged. The one that Gehrig marked earlier, Koschitzke ran forward out of the centre bounce, and Fanning could not get within 30 metres of him, and again, then he just ran him into the ground.
At the 21.5-minute mark of this term, Collingwood trailed by 22 points. It is now 29 minutes in, and the Saints are a game high 40 in front, having kicked 3 in a row. Still time for a couple more for the Saints as Mill gets in front of Lockyer again, just dances around, takes them on, beats 1, beats 2, got the handball away, picked up by Thompson, good smother by Wakeland over the line and out of bounds.
Just does the unexpected, Stephen Mill. You would have been certain he was going to centre the ball then.
Hard for teammates as well. Nick Dalsano continues to have a good match.
This is a centering kick there. It should be. He's confronted by 2 and goes back the other way.
Free kick going here to Fanning.
I reckon Dave Fanning might have collapsed from exhaustion. Justin Koschitzke has ran him into the ground. There's no great support for him at the minute, so he's just going to have to grit his teeth.
Handball's off to Leon Davis, out towards Carosella, who sits underneath the ball. 2 Saints descend upon him. Carosella takes the mark.
First possession coming up for Carosella. That's a quiet night.
He's spent a bit of time on the bench.
He does look like he's on railway tracks. He's unable to run off the line.
The numbers aren't flashed down at the Lexus Centre at the moment as far as available bodies. So Blake Carosella is out there. Because he's required. Put the tackle away there. Buckley over the top of it. Guerra. Beautiful releasing handball to Clark. Sets it up. Sets Thompson a task, and he was equal to it. Now they're off St Kilda. Maguire through the middle of the Toshadomo. Thumping kick up towards Goddard, who went to ground. He might have been. And he's right. It didn't matter. Koschitzke has kicked 3 goals this term, 4 for the game, 4-1 for the night, and will line up from 25 metres out.
That kick there is an absolute beauty. It's almost as good as the mark, and unfortunately for David Fanning, he just cannot go with Justin Koschitzke. If this keeps on in this manner, he'll kick another 2 goals before the quarter's out.
Well, he's happy to come off, Fanning. You're right, he's just fatigued unbelievably. They just have no other options.
He's come off the ground now.
Maybe Cloak or Walker, but Walker doesn't like jumping in at the centre bounce, but he has got the tank to run with him for the rest of this game.
Koschitzke going at number 5 right here. Virtuoso performance. And he hits the post. 5 posters. What could it be?
He's in some rare form, Justin Koschitzke. I've got to say, he is just getting better and better.
last month, quite outstanding. 14-14 in that 14-5 posters to 8-8. Clement. Yakabuchi got there in time. Now he's away. Spots him out in the middle. Davis, who can carry the ball now. Davis inside the centre square, kicks inside the forward 50. Well, towered in two minds there. Didn't do very well. Baker got boots a ball. Will it stay in for the Saints? No, it runs away from Del Santo. Tony Jones.
Well, you're spot on about young Fanning. He is absolutely spent as he just walks along the boundary line there, just huffing and puffing, and he's done it pretty hard.
It was an unusual one with Chris Tarrant then. I don't think he thought the footy was going to get to him.
Had a bit more on it.
He should have marked it in the end. I reckon he was surprised that it actually carried to him.
I reckon with a lot of all this, watch this, he puts his knee out. I reckon it just bends away a little bit at the end. And he doesn't have the dexterity at the moment with that knee problem to bend down to it while he's on the run. As you know, Collingwood are putting unfit soldiers out on the paddock. They're having to make do.
Yep. That's bad luck. Johnson over the top. Was that a quiet night? Del Santo crashing through, did it well to Hayes, releasing Clark. Now the Saints are away. Pickett ran off, knew his teammates were going to have it. Now he can run in and kick a goal. Good run down. He just got the boot on it. Good play by Egan to Wakeland, who sits it up in the air a long time for Woden. It's punched away into the danger zone again. Picked up by Goddard. Got the handball away. Good play by Egan. Now it's Heath Shaw, the first-year players working well. Egan got his kick away, just a toe poke. Goddard, on they go to Schwartz. Here's a chance for Clark over the top. Guerra can go to the open goal. And the Saints are on song now as Guerra comes in and kicks his second.
They've just woken up. They've just woken up, and their intensity has doubled, if not...
Yeah, up to about 80%, Gaz.
Yeah, I reckon they're getting better, Derm. I reckon the last 5 minutes or so.
The thing is with St Kilda tonight, they're like the cat toying with the mouse. And the thing is, if Collingwood are the mouse, sometimes if they see light at the end of the tunnel, they'll make a break for it and they'll get there.
The little mouse just grew fangs about 20 minutes ago.
Didn't it?
The big cat just had to whack it.
Yeah, and threw Koschitzke in the ruck as well.
Yeah, it started too at half back. I mean, Del Santo's ability to find teammates in heavy traffic sets them up so many times.
For the margin, 48 points. The Saints have bid the last 4 goals in this one. Koschitzke tried to direct it down. Nothing much happened there for the Saints, though. Thanks to Davis. Well played. Gave it to Didak, who's been quiet. Goes with the right boot. Schwartz takes the mark.
That is the other difference, is their disposal continually lets them down.
Schwartz towards the wing. Well done by Lodi, reaching over the top. Jones away quickly. Slick hands, too. Gave it to Powell. Hurried kick, moved in front. The spot to be. 75 metres from goal. Plays on. Well, luckily, the ball found Guerra. And luckily, he decided to stop because the siren has sounded.
He had a peek. Look, on the run from here, you were just about backing to get the distance. Set shot. He's got some run in the legs for the match. A little bit of fatigue.
Well, therefore, why doesn't he go back further and run?
Fatigue. Late in the game.
Well, look at his third of the turn.
Go on, Dennis said he wants you to stand on the mark.
Oh, no, he's on his own here. This is a long kick. He needs a ramp to run down. He's got he's gone to the toe. He's gone onto it too. Well, sort of.
Well, that is a sign of the way St Kilda are playing. They are toying and they are overconfident. They're going to win this.
Shoulder gone.
Friday night football final term. Margin 48 points, and Kilda have led at every break. Koschitzke has to wait.
Good hit.
It was taken away by Hayes. Slips a hand pass away to Baker. Now Jones into space on the wing. Looks down inside the forward 50. Just sets it up. How will it bounce? Towards Gehrig. Tries to deflect it down to Goddard. Stolen away by Holland. He's at right out back. Kicks it up towards the wing. Carousella got hands to it. Couldn't complete the mark. Jones to Thompson. Looping hand pass. Ball's got it now. Has a bounce. His 22nd possession. Just shy of the 50. And a terrible effort. Wakeland took the mark. He was watching a man come up behind Wakeland offering the lead. Didn't see him, obviously. Now the ball comes out towards the wing. And this is Cloak. Cloak at Collingwood. To Carousella right on the 50.
Well, he's worked pretty hard. He was over the other side of the ground. Carousel in the last contest.
Yep. Carousella held goalless last week for the first time this season.
Koschitzke sits in the goal square, which means he's opposite number now. Walker has to get busy.
Aracella, 55 metres out. Told to play on.
No, I think that was the crowd then.
Oh, was it? Okay, well, suck at me in. There goes the ball towards the kickoff line. Koschitzke, well, he was down there a long time, and it was worth the wait.
Well, Tristan Walker, he either has to go dangerous or get down and compete, one or the other. He can't allow a bloke like Koschitzke to be one out.
Now, just having a look at the debutant, he cannot run. Poor little blighter, first gamer, he's out there. He cannot run. He's cramped or he's injured. He cannot get out of a trot.
Ball kicks it up towards the wing, and Maguire was interfered with. He'll get the free kick.
Might just be his ungainly gait doing.
He cannot run. Look at him. He is gone. Is he cramped or?
Not a blighter.
I hope he has, for his sake. There goes the kick down towards half forward from Maguire. Diving at the ball, knocking it towards the line was Clement.
He has an ungainly gait.
I think that's just the way he walks.
Unbelievable. Yeah, look at. Oh, you cannot tell me he's fit. Look at him.
Jerry Saxby.
Well,
He's moving about as fluently as treacle.
After the boundary throw in, Koschitzke gave it across to Thompson. Now Hayes, 55 metres out, vacant square. Will it carry the two down there? I think it will. Over the line, bounce back into play, but it's a goal.
And one thing I really need to see here from Tristan Walker, he's got an opportunity. There's a few injuries at the club. He's been in and out of the team over the last couple of years. The last couple of centre bounces he's had, he's just run at it and he's let the opposition player spin in without making any contact. Your teammates need to see somebody willing to make contact at the bounce here. He's had a crook ankle for a while, but that shouldn't stop him getting his knee up.
So the Saints now kick the last 5 of the game, having got to within 22 points. The Saints have come alive. They now lead by 54 points. Baker tries to crash through. Didak a little toe poke. Lucuria, look at that head over the ball, but then he gave it up. Ross shoveled it forward to ball. Found a bit of space. Good kick forward. Look at that. Off the one step to get it 30 or 40 metres like that just puts the back line of Collingwood under enormous pressure. Thompson was able to come in there, got the ball away. Tarkin picks it up. High up and under. Dennis, there's another hang time special. Up goes Didak. And a push out going against Woden. We'll go to Del Santo.
I wonder how much communication was there, because Didak had one-on-one. And there's the push out. I don't reckon Woden knew that Didak was there. I think he was just going in a genuine marking contest.
Within 5 metres.
I think the umpire thought that he was shepherding out for Didak.
Del Santo's kick forward. Clement, who's been fantastic tonight for Collingwood, as he has been all year. Well, that would have been in the back maybe in the second quarter, but not in this one. We'll have a ball up. Quincy Houston on the bench there.
Plenty still to be played for obviously St Kilda pushing into the top 4, but Collingwood as well. They've got young blokes out there getting a chance to push their stocks up, and this game just cannot, from a Collingwood point of view, afford to peter out. Certainly not from St Kilda's point of view.
60 metres out then. Koschitzke cleverly down to Thompson, who kicks towards full forward. Wakeland's in front, takes the mark on his chest.
That's the other thing, is that Fraser Gehrig's had no impact on the game, yet they've still been able to kick 16 goals.
I want to expound a theory in a moment too, as Wakeland comes in short. Can't wait.
Is on Ruckman?
Well, no, I am ill. I just preface my remarks by saying that. Maxwell's got the ball. A little chip across to Woden. And Woden, the defensive side of the wing, kicks towards half forward. Cloak was there, Buckley behind. Can he control it? Coming through, Voss played it brilliantly. Thompson, good shepherd off the ball. Maguire, kick comes back just beyond the wing, and Koschitzke to Goddard. The centre opens up now. Ball getting plenty of it in this term. Gehrig takes the mark on his chest.
That is a magnificent kick from Luke Ball. As a forward, you don't want them drilled down your throat, because you need an extra 3 or 4 yards to put some distance between you and your teammate, you and your opponent rather. So what you need your midfield player to do is kick into the hole or into the space so you can run to it, and that's exactly what Luke Ball does.
And the perfect kick to the leading player, if he doesn't bend over, would hit him in the knees, because if he has to bend for it, as sure as the day is long, his backman won't be able to spoil us. Fraser Slices one off to the left there. Let's go down to the dock again.
Yeah, not good news for Tex Walker. He's just limped off the ground straight down the race with one of the Collingwood doctors, and David Fanning back on the ground. Walker looked like he was favouring an ankle or a shin.
Yeah, he's had an ankle problem, Pete, as Dermot mentioned a moment ago. Well, and he was in because there was nothing left. Yeah, let's be honest.
Very, very grim, isn't it?
It is. By the way, Fraser Gehri's kicked 1 goal 3. That shot of goal would have put him equal with Mark Williams on the top goal kicking list.
This is where Justin Koschitzke's got to get a killer attitude here. He knows he's got David Fanning down and beaten. Yeah, he's just got to drive him into the ground, if he's got the petrol tickets, I guess.
Drove himself into the ground earlier in the 3rd quarter. Baker. Kicks inside the 50. Oh, look at that. Yeah, he's just got to say to himself, I've got an opponent that cannot run, and I'm just going to keep presenting and see if he can't do the complete number.
Is that about petrol tickets, though, or they just shifted to Bowser?
There was a bit of both, actually. He was half asleep, David Fanning. There's the free kick.
No, it's got to be the one that the umpire believes is first applied.
Well, play-on's another alternative there, but Koschitzke's had 9 marks. Another stellar night, 3 votes tonight. He's kicked now 5 goals. Justin Koschitzke, a superstar, and the Saints have now kicked the last 6.
And he'll be loving this. He's now actually gone forward, so David Fanning probably the happiest man in the ground at the moment.
Oh, but the thing with that is that young Blake is probably the best endurance runner at St Kilda. Well, he's in the ruck now, so he's going to run him around the ground.
Yeah, that's all right, though, but he doesn't go and kick too many goals, so it doesn't look as obvious.
But he might get a bit of the footy.
Yeah, that's true.
And kick it to Koschitzke.
Looking ahead to next Friday, and the Bombers another chance on Friday night football up against the high-flying Cats at the Dome. Essendon and Geelong as Geelong power towards the finals. Friday night football. Saints controlling tonight's game. 17-15 away at 8. Blake. Thompson feeds it back. Ball getting a lot of it. Pickett on the wing. Kicks inside the forward 50. Gehrig takes the mark on his chest.
It could be floodgates open here. No, still got plenty of run. James Clement, not much you can do about that.
Can I get back to my theory?
Yes, please, please.
Well, I'm just going to talk. A few moments ago, we saw Luke Ball in the centre, staggering, falling to the ground. He was actually looking at the legs. Now, players talk and they take pride in the 1%ers as we're behind Fraser Gehrig. What about the socks pulled up as Fraser bends this one back? To me, that's very important. Ball was looking for socks. He was.
So whilst he couldn't see which players were which, he was picking out the pair of socks because they're down.
Well, he was looking at legs, that's right. And as a result...
Okay.
Am I wasting this at the moment?
No.
We'll come back to this.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
But I just, these players go on about the 1%ers. Now, it's interesting, in at this centre bounce, 3 of the St Kilda players now have their socks up. That wasn't the case before. I think the quartet was a little bit different. But I think if you're down at ground level on your knees and all you can see your legs, and these socks are very similar, all down, they're just black.
It was worth waiting for.
Oh, well, hardly.
No, it was.
Was it?
Yeah, you've got to exploit your environment.
Well, if I was a coach, I would insist. And I think because he was working so hard ball and is a player who does it himself, he was just expected the same sort of thing.
Saints putting the boot down now. They've kicked the last 7. This man has kicked 5 goals too. Justin Koschitzke.
And we'll get a team aftershave soon, so you know the smell of your own player as well.
That's the hole and takes the mark.
Smell my mate.
It makes sense.
It
does. It makes perfect sense. You're on the ground. You look for the socks.
With the 1%ers, you exploit and you utilise your environment as best you can. And the really smart players can take those 1%ers and turn them to their advantage. There's no doubt balls in that category.
Absolutely. Fanning takes the ball out. Lockyer underneath it. As I said, the Saints have kicked the last 7 of the game. Collingwood got within 22 points.
It's amazing, isn't it?
67 points.
Yeah, it's just opened right up, and They're full of running. Justin Koschitzke is a Collingwood bench. Not many of those can, well, Rusling and Walker, we think, are both out of commission.
Well, I was critical on Benny Johnson last week, but during the week I learned he's playing sore as well. I mean, there's another soldier they've had to put out there that's wounded.
You can only call it as you know it.
Yeah, I know, but I know it now. So I'm saying it now.
It's the old thing. If you're out there, you're fit. The opposition have got sore spots as well, but it's been a tough year. Bad bounce, Guerra to make an 8 on the trot for St Kilda. Misses it, and Brent Guerra now has kicked 2 goals for.
Justin Koschitzke could conceivably have 12 Brownlow votes in 4 games.
45,576, a pretty good crowd in tonight, as you'd expect, with 2 of the bigger supported clubs in football.
They're still a power, St Kilda. I mean, when you look at what's to come back into this side at both ends of the ground, Penny, Hamill, Revolt, Harvey to come off the bench, you'd suggest perhaps. There's a lot to like about them.
I think the big plus and tick for St Kilda is their ability to get back and turn what we considered, you know, maybe one rising star in Maguire on the back line. Buckley. They turned into a solid defensive unit down back with the rise of Fisher and the likes, and Penny still to come back.
Carousel favoured by the kick. That was a beautiful kick too. Down towards left half forward, told to play on Blake Carosella. Poor kick. Del Santo takes the mark. Then on the opposite side of the ground, Guerra just inside the centre square, could go over the top to Peckett or inside to Fisher, chooses the latter. Fisher, probing kick inside the forward 50. Cloak came back, missed the mark. Down goes Shaw, he's been good. Spills across to Milno, who snaps. And he's missed.
It's the work ethic of Koschitzke down there. 3-on-1 was the marking contest.
4 goals for to Stephen Milne. Tony Jones.
Well, full credit to Collingwood supporters. Ed, you look at the scoreboard, and obviously they're not going to win this one, but not one spectator so far leading the ground. They're all staying put to see this out to the end.
Yeah, well, I think the spectators know, the Collingwood fans know, it's tough times at the moment. And tough things need to happen. Got to stand tall. Lucuria kicks inside 50. Off hands. Here's a chance for Leon Davis, who's had a pretty good night tonight. Maxwell over the top. Oh, dragged it back in. That's gone.
Holding the ball, dragged it in.
Socks, I say it again.
His kick.
So, Maguire, just a reflex action there. He needed to go for the ball. What else could you do?
I don't think he's
Blake Carosella was the one who you think.
Yeah, I know you drag it in, but geez, I mean, why is that a freak?
No, mate. To win a game of footy, you've got to kick the ball through the goals. I reckon the risk you take is getting hold of it. You have to win the game.
There used to be a thing about the umpire will protect the bloke who goes at the ball. You stick your head over the ball and that.
He's checking enough players these days.
Well, they protect the wrong ones. They give a free kick for a little nudge when 2 blokes at 100 kilos look at each other, and a bloke like Maguire sticks his head over the ball. It's just, it's a free kick, don't worry.
That wasn't super courageous. We know that he's super courageous. That was just, trying to hold the footy up when he was 3 against 1.
Here's Fisher.
A different game.
I reckon we protect players in too many facets of the game now. You got the footy, you're hot.
Walker runs. Here's Schwarz meantime. Got it from Goddard.
It's because you're a sniper.
That's a long kick.
Oh, hello.
From the back, Buckley.
Now we got the Maguire. We
Maxwell. Lockyer. Now towards the wing, and Shane Lowe won't. Now he can run at them. There's one bounce. Was second. He's about 55 metres out. Kicks long. Hasn't got the carry. Going back down there, Del Santo. Did pretty well and hacked out of mid-air by Fisher.
Now, that makes life so hard for Chris Tarrant. I've got to tell you. I mean, he gave 3 or 4 different leads, and Shane Woden held it and held it and held it, and then kicked it to that.
Well, I think in fairness, he was trying to kick longer, wasn't he? But he didn't get the distance.
Yeah, but
he wanted no one to touch it.
Opportunity to go to Tarrant.
What have you got to know, Derb?
What's that?
What have you got to know?
Clint Eastwood.
Yes.
The man's got to know his limitations.
Hayes, short to Jones. He's in the back pocket. Under 9 minutes till full time. 125 plays 58. Del Santo. Now, spots a man towards midfield. Taylor made that for Didak. Came right over the top of Maguire, snatched it and comes into Fanning.
Good boy. Kick the goal. Hang your hat on something for the night. He's had a go. He's just been outgunned tonight, young Fanning.
He's kicked
one, has he?
One career goal.
And good spot up by Alan Didak here. A couple of times tonight when he's had the sit, he's actually looked to take the mark of the season. Just mark the ball, pass it to your teammate.
And Didak coming off limping.
Come on, young fella, put it through. 35 metres out. And he's done that. Tough night, but that's a highlight for him.
Well, Johnson on, so just trying to squeeze a bit out of what they've got left. And that was a dangerous kick. Big payoff if it comes off, but that's the price you pay for a turnover in the middle of the ground. David Fanning, he must be resting, getting some oxygen into his lungs. Jason Cloak's gone in the middle of the ground.
So Fanning's goal ends a run of 7 goals for the Saints. The clearance rate out of the centre, the Saints have walked it out this term, 7-0 so far. Good play by Cloak, got up, had a good go at it, but Del Santo came off the back of the line, nearly got hold of it. Now Goddard's over the top, finally it's Voss, and it's 8-zip for clearances out of the centre this term. That's it back to Lockyer.
Unrealistic weight there, unrealistic weight.
Unrealistic says who?
Yeah, well, the Clint Eastwood rule again.
Trevor Barker did that every week.
Yeah, but he marked it.
That was a shocking kick. That was an unrealistic kick from Lockyer.
Bakes had no idea what he was doing then. He does now. He loves this. He loves this. And Brady Holland says, son, just teammate, look, he had no... The ball hasn't even arrived.
4 acceptances, Dern.
Oh, there you go. He's actually on the way down when it gets there. I reckon that's a good call by the umpy, but he opinionated a little.
Burns holds it up. And we'll have another bounce. Dr. Peter Larkins, we saw Alan Didak come off the ground.
Yeah, the second quarter incident, Max Hudson's been carrying the sore right foot, had the boot off, and they're going to ice him up, and I think that'll be end of the night for Alan Didak, and hopefully he'll be right next week.
This is Johnson. Comes away after the bounce. Pushed as he kicked as a result. Not a good effort. Still, Magpies have got the numbers. Burns to Buckley. Clever kick. Woe needs to stop, and he does. 45 metres out, and from what we saw moments ago, the distance would test him, so what will he do?
What we also saw, Dennis, is he's got the blinkers on, he wants a shot, unless it really presents. Now, Egan could sneak away here.
He can kick the distance. Shane Woden can kick this distance.
He's normally a beautiful kick. He turned the last kick over in the helicopter mode.
Okay. Back tonight. He hasn't played since round 13. That's a nice kick. Hasn't got the carry. Yes, it has. Just. This first.
Well, he's had a bit of the footy. You wouldn't say he's had any real influence on the game. He's had a job to run around tonight. He's had a couple of shots at goal. Now, the last one prior to this kick at goal.
Yeah, the focus would probably be, I think everyone knows he can get the footy. That missed tackle early in the game will be the thing that is probably almost indicative of where he's at. He's got to be able to make those tackles.
There's the lineup. The Collingwood forward line, all straight up the ground, as you can see. Magpies have kicked the last 2 after 7 on the trot to the Saints. The Saints are home easily by 55 points at the moment with 6 and a quarter minutes left in the game. Pickett over the top of the ball. Good play by Jason Cloak over the top as well. We'll have another bounce.
And Guerra pinballed in off the front of the square again. He leaves ball. The 2 of them stand there at the front of the square. Centre half forward. Ball stands back. And Guerra just goes in there and he's a pinball off the bumpers.
Cloak got the tap. Thompson fighting hard. Did it well. He just shuffled his way through that pack. Ball opens it up. Look at that beautiful play. Opened up the whole game, and there's Guerra. That was all done because Ball was good enough to have the vision and the dexterity to find his teammate in Milne. Now Guerra lines up. Half knuckles it, but is going to get the distance from 50 metres. Brent Guerra gets goal number 3.
Well, that's the thing about it. good decision makers, good players. That's why they're good players and why they get, you know, the kudos and the plaudits. Look at this. He knows there's nothing there. As soon as he comes back to this side, he opens everything up, as Eddie rightly called. Brent Guerra, one of those. I thought he was going to sell some candy here. He could have, because Egan turned his back. He still went the distance.
Luke Ball is having a big night, 29 possessions now. His career high is 32 against Geelong, round 7 earlier this season. Blake hooks it down behind, taken by Hayes, goes out wide. They're finding space around the centre square. Milne pulls it back, but a poor effort. The mark is taken by Lockyer.
Once again, that's an overconfident kick. In a big pressure match, that kick's going to the front of the goal square. Try to pinpoint.
Lockyer across the ground to Holland. He goes about getting possessions quietly, does Luke Ball.
He's a superstar, I reckon, Luke Ball.
He's a terrific player, but 29, you wouldn't think just watching this game, would you?
He racked a lot up early, but he wins so many hard in close that you don't notice as many.
Shot level. He kicks it towards the outer side. Blake goes up, takes the mark to Clark. Kicks inside the forward 50. Koschitzke went to ground. Wakeland got a hand to it. This is Lockyer. Still he goes Lockyer. Left it for Wakeland. Feeds it back. Clement off his step. Lucuria did well. He wants to go, but Peckett's got him, as you can see.
Had a bit of a laugh then. Fraser came out. He only had the one effort in him. And when the ball dropped behind him, he was like a battleship turning around, trying to get back to it.
Here's Clement. Clock running down on this game. Just over 4 minutes till full time. Kicks towards the wing while Woden was up. Didn't touch the footy. Hayes may have knocked it away from him.
He's another one, Dennis. Lenny Hayes, quietish achiever. Very rarely does he play a bad game, Lenny Hayes, and he's been excellent again tonight.
Shane Wakeland racked up a career high 11 marks tonight. The back line for Collingwood. Jones slips the tackle. Aussie Jones can kick out wide. Look at that. Milne has just run far and wide tonight. He's been fantastic. Look at that. That's his 21st possession for Stephen Milne. He's kicked 4 goals for, and he set that one up. That was great play from Stephen Milne. Great running. And Big Fraser hasn't had his greatest night, but he's going to end up probably with 3 goals and be on top of the goal kicking.
You watch this when Milne kicks the ball forward. Who gets it?
Yeah, Blake
who contested the boundary line throw in and directly the opposite wing? Blake has amazing stamina, and late in the game, good split. It's worked out that Clement, even with his closing speed, as he used his environment, he used those 2 players in front of him to get the split. No socks involved then, but
Mullet involved, and he brings it back beautifully. Ooh. 3rd goal to Fraser Gehrig on a big night for the Saints, who are well and truly back in town.
And Big Fraser goes to the top of the Coleman medal race, when Mark Williams has just dried up for Mark Williams, the Hawk, and now Big Fraser, who doesn't put those sort of individual honours right at the top of the tree. He's more interested in some team success, and he's going to play a big role. Now, let's not forget that he's got a pretty badly damaged tendon in his thumb, and he's just going to guts it out and see if he can get through the finals. But I maintain that the potency in this side is as good as any in the competition when you welcome back Revolt and Hamill, and now with Koschitzke playing such great footy and Milne in good touch.
Margin out to 67 points. And percentage not great, the Saints starting tonight, 117, so this will help as Voss takes the tumbling mark at centre-half back. Short one is on to Powell. Has had a lot of the football. Plays on immediately. Maguire kicks beyond the wing. There he is again. Ball, 30th possession. Not his best effort. Wanders close to the boundary line. Out of bounds on the full. Delayed the kick too long. Just looking at Stephen Milne. Standing on the mark. There you go.
Special comments.
That's it, Milne.
See, anyone can do it. Milne, career high, 21 disposals tonight and 4-4.
Stephen Milne, no closer, mate. No closer. Move it on now, move it on.
Let's play on. He's out of bounds. There he is now.
James Clement brings it in, up towards the wing position. Maxwell round up, but look at that for
This bloke's been great too, I've got to say. He knows that he plays every game for his future, and I reckon his last month has been superb, Andrew Thompson.
So 23 touches tonight, Andrew Thompson, and that was courage, because he was between 2 players. He knew somebody was running straight at him, And it was a great play, and Guerra, too strong for Heath Shaw, has a chance to kick 4 goals for. Milne's kicked 4 goals for. Koschitzke's kicked 5 goals too. Fraser's kicked 3-3. I think they've had 5 posters, so the Saints have certainly been well in control tonight.
That's a recipe in league football. In the last quarter, a one-on-one season player against a first gamer, or in his first few games.
Now 9 marks to Brent Guerra, which is a fair return. He's important. He gives them hardness too.
He does, looking for his 4th goal. That's confidence. That's a big goal, and that is a game-high lead of 73 points.
Now, that happens to the junior players. In the last quarter, they get beaten in the one-on-one marks, and if you can isolate them and get them into your forward line, you take a mark against them or get them in the one-on-ones. Happens frequently.
You talk about that when they were struggling a bit, the Saints, the talk was, well, their hard men aren't playing. One was Hamill. Now, he's an automatic when he's fit. The other one's this bloke, Guerra, who's not an automatic. His hardness is as good as anyone's, but he also needs some form to go with it to get a game. And that's why tonight with 4 goals is important for the whole makeup of this St Kilda side.
They wouldn't want to strike a team that's up and running while St Kilda are in this frame of mind, though. At times tonight, they have just absolutely downhill coasted.
They're 73 points up, though, dude.
Yeah, not a bit. They should be more.
There's Hayes in trouble, taken down. Blake, the second option was a kick. Voss kicks inside the forward 50. He got it from Powell. Wakeland did nicely initially, kept his head. Kick comes out from Klug towards the boundary line. Diving at it was Maxwell. In fact, it was Klug who came across on the angle there, so I think kicking out of defence may have been Shaw. There's Maxwell on the deck. In any case, it's coming back to him despite the efforts of Lacuria. Inside the last minute.
Pretty quiet for Paul Lacuria. Been with Hayes for most of the night.
Maxwell close to the boundary line. On the lead, Carosella.
Brody Holland, the other one, I guess, that's been down on his recent output.
Off his step inside the forward 50. Powell comes back, fancied himself. Nobody touched the ball and runs on and goes out of bounds.
Friendly fire on his own teammate there. Got into Fisher with the leg coming back. Powell.
Magpies have got 2 sides that are inside the 8 and a couple outside at this particular point in time in the next 4 weeks.
1 pressing, Fremantle next week, who thumped the Pies earlier this year. That's next week. Throw in. Fanning hits it to the right spot, but there's nobody there. Picked up by Maguire. Oh, beautiful take. Look at that, one-handed by Clark. It was fantastic. Out the ball. Inside the last 20 seconds of the game, the Saints are going to coast to a 73-point victory. They look for 80. Well, they've got close enough. Clark just chips it around. No 15 to ball. Now ball. Gives it a kick up towards the wing position. Heath Shaw couldn't quite hold it. Buckley for Collingwood gets it out the back. Egan with 2 seconds left on the clock, and that's it. And a big win tonight to the St Kilda Football Club as they start to really make their move on the final 8 for season 2005 and their tilt on a grand final position. A big win tonight to the Saints. They did it well with Koschitzke kicking 5 and 4 each to